Yeah, let's go ahead and hop in. It is once again that time as I stated in the pre-stream, Donkey Kong. This is our last platformer excursion before Bananza that I have planned. I do need to check my emulators, actually, make sure Diddy Kong Racing works, because I did want to do Diddy Kong Racing. But aside from that, I was also thinking maybe I could do the Mario and Rabbids Donkey Kong DLC before I've even streamed the main game. I think that would, A, be funny, and B, that's enough of a Donkey Kong game, and it's short enough that I think it would be fine to run. But I'm still thinking on that one. I don't know if I have the time. It would probably be a 2-streamer, but I have enough space in the last week leading up to Bananza for a 2-streamer. So I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to, like, sort that out. Right now, it's leaning to a probably not, but it's a fun idea. But I also remember the Donkey Kong DLC being a little harder than the main game, of course. But also, it's a lot more, but also... Actually, wait, no it isn't, because Donkey Kong is kind of busted as fuck in that DLC, but all the same. I haven't played that game in a while, so maybe it's for the best I don't, but just know I'm thinking of it. And if you see Ubisoft's Donkey Kong RPG on the stream in the coming weeks, then I decided that we're doing it. We're doing it is basically what I'm saying, yeah. Man. When's the last time I just let this intro run, huh? Not on any of the Funky Kong runs, I can tell you that much, because they don't change the intro. Funky Kong's not in the intro, he just shows up. Because he was an addition to the Switch version, not the original game on Wii U, which released 11 years ago. Really has been 11 years since the last mainline Donkey Kong game, but we're finally getting one in 2 weeks, so that's great. I guess they didn't know how to top this one for a while, you know? And honestly, I wouldn't know how to top it either. It also was kind of that Retro Studios was like in hell until they were given Metroid Prime 4. Like there were some leaks about them not being able to like get a project off the ground. So, you know, I guess they weren't really in the right mindset for Donkey Kong. But you know, now they're in the mindset for Prime 4 and I'm cautiously optimistic about that one. Hopefully, if that goes well, we can get another Donkey Kong Country after Prime 4, because, like, I don't know if they'd be able to top Tropical Freeze, but I would love to see them try, you know? It could end up being a Dixie Kong's Double Trouble type situation, where it's just, like, markedly inferior. But, I don't know. I'd love to see them give it an honest try, is what I'm saying. I did, in fact, just say that. I already said that, like, 5 seconds ago. But whatever. There he is, man of the hour. That saxophone is blasting right now, but we're gonna let it chill for a second before we get it. Boink. Woo! Yeah, I love this game to death. I have like 3 different streams of it on the stream channel, and it's gonna be at least 5 by the end of this year. I think one of my first streams ever was of this game, actually. Like, I'm pretty sure my first one was like Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, and or Okami. But somewhere in like the first 10 was also Tropical Freeze. It's been here my entire streaming career, of course. So I've played it multiple times. It was literally just the original trilogy that he gave. This whole dog shit. Oh man. It would break my heart. It would break my heart if Retro made a bad Donkey Kong Country, but also, I can't deny, I'm curious. I'm curious if they would, how they would go after Tropical Freeze. A lot of the people who worked on Tropical Freeze, I don't think are there anymore. I could be wrong on that. Anyway, I am forced into having Diddy Kong for the first stage, but he will not be in this run very often. This game is, This game has 3 different partner Kongs, and Diddy is made basically obsolete in this game. I think, like, it's not just that, his ability is outclassed by Dixie. It also, I think his hover is slightly shorter in this game than it is in Returns, which just makes him, like, why would you ever use him? This game always favors Dixie Kong. This is true, but I have seen some insane SGDQ runs with Cranky Kong. He's pretty good for, like, fast movement. But, like, Dixie Kong, if you're going for, like, a casual run and just want to, like, chill and never really be in too much danger, Dixie Kong's your goat there. Woo! Boing. Always forget about this. If you have a partner Kong in Donkey Kong mode, you can gather enough bananas, and you can do that. Each Kong has a different ability in that regard. Diddy gives extra lives, Cranky gives banana coins, and Dixie's is also the best, because she can just turn enemies into extra health. And and if you have max health, it gives you extra hearts. So it's like, once again, she's peak. This was also, yeah, this was like... Yeah, Dixie Kong was like, kind of like... not playable in a platformer since DKC3 in that regard, so I guess they wanted her to, you know... come back in a big way, and by big way, I mean, like, you know... in a casual sense, outclass everybody else. Oh, man. Woo! Refuse that, Mario. Yeah. Maybe someday, but not today. Boink. I mean, they also refused to add her to Smash. We almost got her once, but then they chickened out. Boink. Woo! Whoa, that was a good bounce. But unfortunately, it was not built to last. Hold on. Give me that. Yahoo. Yeah, as you can see, we got the golden hearts now, but it's just like a second layer of health. That was like an actual... I'm pretty sure she was in the files of Brawl. Like, there was always this thing of, like, the scrapped 7 from Brawl. I don't know if that was a rumor or not, but, like... But, like, I'm pretty sure at some point it was confirmed that, like, she was actually in the files at one point. So that's something. Going. Yeah, unused data for Dixie and a couple of other characters that I can't bother to remember right now. But, you know, maybe sometime in the future. Once they've, figured out how to cut Smash Ultimate's roster in half without, while angering the least amount of people possible. Spoilers, it's still gonna be like millions of people upset about that, but you know. Oh man. I do love this, first world vibe-wise, just this sort of, like, Lost Island off the cuff of the tropics, where a lot of planes crash. Very, you know, Bermuda Triangle type thing there, obviously. Anyway, we got Cranky Kong here. He's got the DuckTales cane bounce thing. Which, if you can keep your momentum with that, holy fucking shit. However, I'm not the best at keeping my momentum with that, so, you know, it's kind of 50-50 when I use them. But if you look at any SGDQ runs of, like, normal mode for this game, most people just use funky mode nowadays. However, you know, there's still a subset of people who do original mode, because honestly, this is fun as hell. When you can get a flow like this, oh, there he goes. Woo! Yeah, like I said, it's a toss-up between Cranky and Dixie depending on your playstyle, but I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody who willingly uses Diddy Kong in this game. Nobody wants them. That meme, it's that meme of the "Who want me?" it's just Diddy Kong. Man, I just got the normal exit, which means no busted Bayou this run, but it's fine. That doesn't give me like a shortcut to the boss anyway. It would have just been an extra level for level's sake. So I mean, we're still doing like a casual speed run, not like a big speed run, but like, you know. This is not going to be the shortest of the VODs. I think last year's run was probably my best because I first tried the final boss, and usually I fail the first attempt on the final boss, which usually adds 5 minutes to my timer because the final boss of this game kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie. Most of the bosses do, but like the final boss is honestly the worst of it. And it's kind of a shame because it's like, it's the one thing keeping this game from being my favorite 2D platformer is that I'm not huge on the bosses. But we've talked about this multiple times. I won't harp on it too much, but I will say like, you know, some of the bosses do have like very slight shortcuts that you can use if you know how to like position yourself and cheat the system. However, the final boss doesn't really have any of that, which is why it's the worst one. We'll get there when we get there, though. Anyway, we got minecarts. I love the minecart and rocket barrel stages in this game. I think they're probably at their peak in this game. But then again, Bananza is confirmed to have minecart stages, so maybe they'll take it to the next level there. But right now, I just think the set pieces and like the sense of like level design flow in these are like very good. Like, obviously, much like Returns, you're able to account for the widescreen, which makes auto-scroller type things like this a lot more palatable. But it's also just like, yeah, things like this where like the camera spins around the tree, it's very set-piecey, and I like it, while it's not sacrificing any gameplay stuff. Yeah, K. Rool is honestly a really great fight in the first game. I like Captain K. Rool in the second game just because it's funny that they throw the gauntlet at you only for you to kill him in one hit in the true final boss version, but it's not a great fight. Everything after that has just been though. K. Roolenstein is obnoxious. Tiki Tong is just kind of there. He's like the most generic final boss, like, maybe ever. And then you got Lord Frederick in this game, who, like I said, I don't fuck with in the slightest. Like, I've gotten over the fact that they purposefully, like, kept him in shadows because, like, and everybody thought it was K. Rool until it wasn't. I've gotten over that part, but the final boss is just... Wee. Alright, first one down. Also, man, yeah, playing one of these at 60 after doing Returns at 30 the other week, very nice. It's like I put on some glasses, you know, glasses that help the world run better. Probably should have started with the resolution thing, so the glasses metaphor would have worked better. But you know, whatever. When do I ever think these things through? Never. doing these things live. Wait. Boink. You can position yourself really freakily in this fight with Cranky to skip some hits. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but you know, I figured it might be worth trying. I think you have to crane jump. I think you have to cane jump yourself at the edge while he's on the pillar up here. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but you know, yeah. We'll see. We got our first of the Snowmads. Poppy. This one's okay. As far as first bosses go, this is about I'd say it's above Mugly from Returns. Oop, and the music goes hard as hell. Oop. A lot of people just attribute David Wise to this game. However, in the boss themes that have guitars in it, it's also Daisuke Matsuoka, who did the Fury Bowser theme for Bowser's Fury. So, you know. Real good stuff. Real strong metal guitars. That kind of shit that I gel with heavily. No, actually, you know what? I don't have faith in myself. We're just gonna do it. Boink. All right, man. Boink. Bonk. Really, my main problem with the fights is that they all just last a little too long. Like, they're all 2 to 3 minutes if you know what you're doing. And if you don't, they can go even longer. Doink. Like, I think if they kept these to 2 phases instead of 3, I think we would have hit, like, not like good boss territory, but like they would have been acceptable. As is with like 2 phases. Boink. One more phase and we should be out of here, though. Ugh. Oh, I thought you could cane jump off the earth. My bad. Okay, do your flips, buddy. Oh. 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 And nice. Oakley dokley. Let's get it. Let's get it. This should be the last hit if I time it right. Bonk. Yep, there we go. Get him the hell out of here. I'm glad they kept. I'm glad they've kept the beating the shit out of stuff in like between this game and Returns. You know, it's just it's like the single bit of like jungle beat DNA left in these games. As a jungle beat apologist, it brings me joy. Anyway, not to say that the rest of the game like nosedives in quality, but this is probably objectively the best world in the game. I love Autumn Heights. It's fantastic. I would say, like, this is the peak, then it slightly dips in the 3rd world, dips significantly in the 4th world, and then it climbs up back to peak in the 5th and 6th world. But I love this. I love this world. It's very, very cozy. Sort of like woodland windmill village. Plus, autumn is a goated season. I'm not just saying this because of the summer heat making things nigh unbearable for me right now. I genuinely, you know, I've always loved autumn. Ah, shit. Music in this world is also fantastic. But the music is awesome throughout. No matter how, like, even in the 4th world, like, the music is pretty damn good. Go. Okay, I guess yeah, sometimes they don't change. Sometimes the barrels are locked to one Kong. Like, the one at the start of the level, I believe, was locked to Dixie. This one was locked to Diddy. Sometimes they just won't alternate, so... At some key points, if I am bad at the game, I will be forced to use Diddy. I consider this a punishment of some kind, because if I had... Actually, no, wait. I do this skip with Funky, actually, but... Let me see. You know what, Diddy? You're, like... Still bottom tier, but, you know, you were good for that. I was still able to do my skip. Ooh. Actually, the way I'll put it is I think this is the best world in the game, but actually the next world has the best level in the game. Doink. Kind of stop doing that around the halfway point. Yeah, on the route I do, I think, yes. But I do vividly remember part of the reason why I can't fuck with the octopus level we're skipping on World 4 is because they force you with Diddy Kong for it if you fuck up, so... But yeah, on the route we're doing, it's hardly a problem. Oh, man. Mountain Mania, baby. This is like... Yeah, the first of the 3 Rambi stages we're going to be seeing. But, yeah, skip that. We don't need to see him crash in every time. Hello, Dixie. I'll gladly take you. Ugh. I said this, I'm like 95% sure I said this in one of the previous Donkey Kong Country streams we did this year, but you know. Tropical Freeze returning the water stage should have also just been a lock to bring back on guard, but we just got Ramby. They at least souped up the level design for him in this game. But then again, every level in this game is like, okay, 95% of the levels in this game are like baseline great. And the two that I'm thinking of that are bad, one of them we don't have to play. So it's all good. But luckily, all the Ramby levels are in that baseline. I think this one's good, the one in the tornado is pretty good, and the one with the lava is, like, at risk of dipping, but that's really just because of the last bit that I suck at. The rest of it feels just as good as these ones, as the other two, where you just sort of rush and time it. Fuck! Ugh, I forgot. Your hover kind of sucks on Ramby, but it's fine. That depends on my mood, actually, with Meltdown Mayhem, I believe the level is. I sometimes think it's fine, or it's like, or I think it's mid, but you know, right now I'm feeling it's fine. We'll see how I feel when I get back there, though. Woo. Out and about. Yeah, like the water levels feel great, but yeah, I would have loved them guard. Though also, Ramby looks kind of ugly in the Retro Studios DKC games, so it's like, would they have also made Unguard less appealing to look at? But I don't know. As long as he's fun to play as, I wouldn't have minded that much. Oh, this level's real cool. Like, you got the things with the leaves going on, and how they like sort of crumble. We also got these blowy horns that you can use as like vertical momentum. Real cool. Boink. And what I really love about it is that, like, depending on what platform you're on, between like a leaf or a horn, like the music actually changes depending on like where you are in this stage. It's real cool like that. I really need to remember I'm Donkey Kong, so if I take 2 hits, I can't really do any big risk jumps anymore. Like, all the momentum is sucked out from under me if I mess up too much. The Funky Kong flow state is not, like, present currently, but, you know, it's fun. Whee! I probably should have taken that barrel. Oh, shit. Okay, we're good. Ah, damn. Well, goodbye, Dixie. I'll see you in, like, 5 minutes? 2? I don't know. I need to stop being so clumsy with it. I'm speedy with it, but I'm also pretty reckless. This is a neat little gimmick. Oh god, okay. I'm usually used to making that though. Here we go. Now we're fine. Woohoo! Hey, Jacob. So far the vibes have been wonderful. I'm, you know, just replaying one of my faves, so, you know, the vibes haven't been bad at all, really. They might dip a little bit in the 4th world, but overall, cannot complain so far. We're about to do Okay, so I think all the levels so far have been really good, but I think this stage in particular is exactly where Tropical Freeze starts showing its hand at, like, how genius its level design can be. Just by how, like, varied and cool this stage is, and how it iterates on the minecart, so, like, in such a fun way. Like, I think this is the moment. Where you go into this lumber mill where it's, like, carving out all this wood. And you see the track form right in front of your eyes. It's like, they got cool-ass ideas in this game. Ugh. And you go onto the boat, made out of the wood from the sawmill. Boink. They dip you into the water, so you immediately know, hey, if I'm in midair, that'll dunk me into the water. So it's a new control scheme, but they make sure you're familiar with it immediately. They give you a little N, they give you the Kong letter N there to incentivize you to be a little risky with it. If you miss the jump there, you just crash and die. Damn. But it's okay. Won't ruin the flow too much. Doink. Woo! Fun, fun. God, the music in this stage is fucking wonderful as well. Like the way they remix and iterate the motif. Like while you're in the water section, it takes on the sound of the more aquatic levels. Very cool. Hey, O'Collie, thanks for the raid. I hope you're doing well. I'm playing one of my favorite platformers, Tropical Freeze, right now. Hope y'all are doing well. What were you doing over there? Oh, yeah, and then the boat turns back into the minecart. And then probably the trickiest, but also the most genius bit is that they do the sawmill bit in reverse. Where instead of it paving the way in front of you, it's now paving the way from behind you. And you get to see all the little chunks from the track that you previously traveled build up in front of you. And it's really cool, just a little bit tricky, especially with this bit right here. Getting that G is devilish. This is why we're not doing a 100% run. Ugh. We are so bad. Yeah. Yeah, Retro Studios are so good at what they do. This is why I was saying before, like, before you got here, Jacob. Like, after Prime 4, I'm hoping they do another Donkey Kong Country after this. After that, I should say. Like, even if it's not as good as this, I think, like, I just need another, I need another one of those. Oh, you're playing Uma Musume. I've heard a lot about that. Like, basically, half of the streamers that I watch have been playing that. I haven't caught those streams, of course, but I've heard a lot about the horses. Boink. I mean, so many people have been playing that. I have to assume that's like one of the few gacha games that like does it well. So, you know. Oh man, but this stage right here, the vibes are immaculate. I gotta say. I mean, they've been immaculate throughout this world, but you know. I'm gacha resistant, but I'm sold. That's a pretty glowing statement, honestly. I can't really do gacha because my phone quality is not there, but also I don't like selling out money on mobile stuff. But yeah, we were talking about that, Jacob. Like, yeah, the fact that Retro was like kind of incapable of like releasing new games for a while. I don't know if you saw the leaks of Project Harmony, that one game they were making. Kind of like, they kind of like neat ideas, but they kind of lacked a cohesive vision there. And it's also kind of funny because that game, Project Harmony, the canceled Retro Studios game, you can kind of see some parallels between it and Donkey Kong Bananza, of all things, because you got the, you know, the singing girl and also the main monster thing that can transform into different forms. If you don't know anything about it, maybe you can find something if you look it up. I don't know if Nintendo's gone on like a crackdown of taking down any footage or evidence of that game's existence since it never released, but you know. It's around there. Okay, but you know, it's been on the internet at some point, so you can probably go find it somewhere. But yeah, anyway, yeah, Tropical Freeze is just endlessly creative. Ugh. Oh, this stage? This stage right here. The music is great. The way they incorporate the new mechanics is great. Love this one. And they named it after a font. Wingding's real good. Wingding is a great stage. You ring these bells by pressing the X button in front of them, and you grapple onto the vines, and they incorporate it in this way. And the dynamic music as you ride on the vines is just oof. I've streamed this game like gonna be 5 times by the end of this year. And I never run out of things to praise it for. You know, it's just like consistently impressive on all fronts. Woo. God. Oh yeah, I'm hoping, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, I'm able to keep that energy throughout the stream. I don't want to exhaust myself too much, but you know, I have no shortage of praise to give this game, so it's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Wingdings like gas, they're so true. Woo. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Huh. Ah, shit. Late input, that's fine. There should be some Bar and DKC throwback. I actually, I know of one, and it's really funny. Professor Chops, the fucking pig at the checkpoints, is one of the fossils you can collect in Bananza, which implies he is dead. But I would like, you know, I don't know. I think a reference to like the Snowmads or something would be cute. They killed him? It's what he deserves. Have you seen his ugly ass face? His Poindexter looking ass. He was my 5,670th favorite Nintendo. True, I think. I can't even list them. Then you go up the bell tower as it collapses. It's very cool. Woo! Boing. I wish they did a bit more with the collapsing, but you know, they probably did what they could in a Wii U era. But you know, this is why we need a new Donkey Kong Country with the horsepower of the Switch 2, because I think they can like really push some level set pieces to their limits. Anyway, we got the second boss here. This is Scowl the Owl. Probably my favorite of the bunch. He's still just okay. Actually, it's between this guy and the polar bear. I can never decide because, like, most of the bosses go, like, in one ear and out the other. None of them really leave an impression. But, you know, that's what the levels are doing, so it's fine. How do these bosses rank compared to Returns? Honestly, after playing Returns, I forgot that most of the ones in Returns are, like, pretty quick in comparison. I would say these are on about the level of, like, the Pirate Crabs and Colonel Pluck, where they're probably about as irritating. They're still just fine, except for the final boss, who I fucking hate. Ah, damn, wrong way! Okay, well, the strat is gone. Usually I can speed through this one pretty fast, but I'm also Funky Kong usually. So, unfortunately, this is gonna be a bit of a rough one. Now that I don't have Funky Kong on me. Yeah, I would say, like, they're about as good as, like, the weakest ones in Returns. But also the good ones in Returns I wasn't, like, too terribly, like, excited by, so it's still, like, eh. But yeah. I talked about the bosses enough at the beginning, so I won't go too in-depth, but, you know, it's like... The bosses have always kind of been Retro's weak point with 2D games, which is kind of crazy. Because these are the guys that made Quadraxis and Metroid Prime 2, which is one of my favorite Metroid bosses, period. Oh, I didn't know if the two, like, egg owls crash into each other, they get rid of the egg on the other one. That's kind of weird. That's kind of a weird interaction. Why would you program that? I mean, cool, but why would you do that? Okay, let's use Dixie this time. I think Dixie is probably the closest I'll get to Funky Kong in terms of vibes. So we're just gonna... Ain't that the... But you're thinking of Quadratum. Close enough. Let's go. And then hold on, let me see if I can get it. Oh, if I see, this is why Funky Kong is goated. He would have made that throw. He would have made that throw. Oh well. But it's fine. There we go. But Funky Kong couldn't see. Dixie Kong can't do that throw from there, but Funky Kong couldn't have done that. Quick Draxus with 5 legs. Oh man. I am excited to see if the bosses in Prime 4 are on the level. If they're on the level of, like, Prime 2's best. Because I do like Prime 3's bosses, but I think they peaked in Prime 2. There are a couple bad ones in Prime 2, like the Spider Guardian, the Boost Guardian, but, like, the good in Prime 2 is, like, the best in the trilogy, boss-wise. Ugh. Ah! Fine. Oh, we're already at the third phase. I thought I still had one more hit. I'm losing count of the, like, I'm losing track of stuff in the phases. I mean, I will say, I think part of why Scowl ranks so high in the bosses for this game is just because of this background right here. It's very pretty. The bisexual lighting goes crazy. Anyway, better safe than sorry. Let me just bap. I don't want to lose Dixie Kong this late into the fight. There we go. Okay, hold on. Come around. Oh wait, no, he ain't. This is the part where you jump on. This is the part where you jump on. This is that part. Okie dokie. Oh god. Oh yeah, I forgot there's like no limit. Ah, shit. I should have gotten a bit closer. That was just shy. Oh well. There's no limit on holding things in this game. Yeah. You can just hold that guy forever if you're skilled enough. I'm used to, like, the Mario stuff, where if you hold a shell for too long, they'll be like, fuck you, and they'll come out of the shell and damage you for no reason. I also usually don't hold on to things that long, because, like, no. Woo! Boink. Okay, this should be the last hit. Come here. This is why we get both of them. Just in case I missed that first one, get the hell out of here. I love the feather effect. As he, like, gets beaten the shit out of. Makes that one extra satisfying. Anywho, now we got a slight dip from the second world. However, this is the best stage in the game, so it starts incredibly strong. Grassland Groove kind of goes crazy. Oh man. Turning up the volumes on the game slightly for this stage and this stage only. Just because the track is transcendent. Ah, shit. And then I immediately fuck it up. I was trying to go. Sorry. Chad, I think I missed Funky Kong. It's fine. We'll make it. Whoop. Yeah, no, see, my problem is that I do know how to play these games as Donkey Kong, but it's been so long that I'm incredibly rusty. Then you get to climb along the vines. Boink. Boing. Wait, come back. Ugh. Woo! Even the trees are shimmying, you know? That's how you know it's a banger. Woo! Woo! God, it's just, God, such a good, like, flowy level. It's very, very fun. And the vibes are just immaculate. Hell yeah, and we got the 15 lives. Love to see it. Oh, man. Oh, man, I just realized with the route we took, we skipped the rocket barrel level with the cheese. Oh, well. Anyway, following that one up, we got a Baobab Banana. Whoa, wait, Bananza? Hold on. Whoa, is that a... Hold on. Whoa, is that a motherfucking... Whoa. We got the spiky fruits going on. I do think it's weird to just follow up probably like, if not the best level, top 3 in this game with this one, which is just kind of okay, but it's fine. It's got some fun stuff going on. This will be the one that gets referenced in Bananza. Yes, when Donkey Kong gets chased by a giant baobab fruit in Donkey Kong Bananza, I'll be like, I'll be like pointing at the screen and pogging. Oh. He's gonna be like, oh my god, it's just like tropical freeze. Ooh. Boink. Boing. And they got the giant one over here. Woo. Woo. Which level is it that has the Sticker Brush Symphony remix? 3-5 Twilight Terror. However, it's a rocket barrel stage, so you only hear it in the 20 seconds before the rocket barrel starts. Which is a bit of a crime. I'm not gonna lie. Especially when this game has a level called Bramble Scramble. And it doesn't have the Bramble Blast music in it. Like, what exactly were we doing there? Oh man. I've heard that remix, it's ethereal. There's actually two, because like, yeah, there's the one in Twilight Terror, and then there's the jazz remix in the credits. Which gets cut off in the Switch version. Man! Sticker Brush Symphony always just getting a disservice done to it. At least it's in Bananza, and it's got like a full like reference level to it if I've heard correctly, so that'll be fun. Anyway, now the savannah is overcome with a fucking tornado. So this is real rough. This is the natural disasters world, by the way. Between this stage and the next one. Oh, there goes Ramby and Dixie. Ugh. I gotta say, I'm kind of mixed on the Snowbats, but I love their little creature noises as they get thrown around in the tornado. Ugh. Hey, whoa. No, Ramby. No, come back. Oh, yeah. Ooh, nice chain, nice chain. Still not fast enough to get that balloon, though. Then you get thrown into the big tornado, and it's got like all the set pieces, the chunks of land being stripped from the earth. It's just real good. Again, just really strong set piece design. Wow, I just Yoshi'd Ramby. That was crazy. I didn't want to do a bonus stage, sorry. The bonus stages are the exact same as they are in Returns. There is nothing of value here. Let's get out of here. Boing. Okay, now we got this last bit where I believe if you don't go fast enough, yes, the lightning will come down and kill you. Oh, but also if you're too fast, you gotta do that. It's fine though. We did it. We're out. God, okay. And as if the tornado wasn't enough for this place, now it's on fire. We got Scorch and Torch. The wilderness is on fire. They got all the crumbling trees and stuff, but you can use these water fruits to put out some of the fires. Woo! God, the music in this stage is really good too. Like, a lot of people do give the flowers they deserve to, like, the big boss tracks, Wingding, and also, like, certain late game stage tracks, but I feel like the middle portion of this soundtrack is kind of still underappreciated. Like, specifically some of the heavy hitters in World 3 and 4 soundtrack-wise kind of go, like, under the radar. Like, the intensity of this track fits, like, the whole, like, on fire thing so well. And, like, in a way, the Savannah, like, yeah, it's kind of a character, it's kind of a character in and of itself. As we saw in, like, Grassland Groove. So, like, seeing it now like this, it's, like, kind of gives it a sort of somber feeling. But we're already out of the stage, so not too much time for that, unfortunately. Especially not when we got our first rocket barrel stage. This stage has not one, but 2 secret exits. Why the hell did they do this? 2 secret exits and a normal exit. So bare minimum, you're playing this level 3 times if you want to get everything. It's not even as good as the cheese rocket barrel stage that we didn't play. Oh wait, here it is, yeah. Anyway. Rocket barrel. Why the fuck would you do that? It would be one thing if, like, they had the full song play in a different level, but no, this is the only level where the song plays. Why the fuck would you do that? It's a full remix too, so I have to imagine it was going to be used for a stage at some point, but then, like, they had enough songs to use for each stage, so they were just like, I don't know. I guess we aren't using it. But, like, it's the stage theme. Anyway, I do like this sort of, like, fishing village they got situated in the middle of Savannah. It really adds some character to the place. Like, even more, I guess. They also got these giant fish. They're destroying the, like, fishing machines. Like, the set pieces in this game aren't just beloved because they're set pieces. It's also because they're, like, set pieces with character that sort of accentuate the world building of the game. Like, back there at that checkpoint where the penguins were, like, chucking the fish, you can see some of the cheese on the table, like, from the rocket barrel level with the cheese that we didn't play. I keep bringing it up. Honestly, I might go back later in the game, do some of the levels we missed. Oh, right, forgot. Oh, God. Oh, man. Anyway, one of the secret exits are at the bottom of this pit. You have to dive all the way down to the bottom of the water. And there's a secret exit there, meaning you do have to fully complete the level twice. One of them was at that checkpoint, though. So you really have to do it 2.5 times, but it's still like, come on, man. That's a solid stage. Not one I'd want to replay 3 times. But whatever, it's fine. We got another barrel cannon level that has a dynamic camera thing, which was one of the main selling points they had for this game in the Wii U era. They really promoted this game, like, it wasn't, like, here's the thing. Back in the Wii U era, this game was kind of, like, slept on because, like, people were, like, they made another Donkey Kong instead of a Metroid. But it's also, like, they didn't know how to fucking promote it. They were like, we got levels with dynamic camera, and you can play as Cranky Kong. And I'm like, Okay, sure. That's neat, I guess, but, like, that's not what I'm coming to these games for. You could have, like, highlighted some of the really cool, like, level design and, like, set piece stuff you were doing, which I guess is kind of what the camera thing does, but the camera thing only shows up in, like, 5 stages. And it's, like, neat. But still. These angles show up for, like, 5 seconds. Come on now. You can play as Cranky in Barrel Blast too, that's not a selling point. Exactly, I'm saying, like... Now, if you brought back Chunky Kong for the first time since 64, well, then he'd just be another Donkey Kong and he'd probably control like shit, but that would be something. Yeah, this stage is, like, fine. It's cool. I wouldn't base 70% of my marketing budget on it, but, you know, it's got some cool stuff going on. But, like, people have harped on how Nintendo didn't know how to sell anything during the Wii U era, so it's like, I'll leave it be. Yeah, like, it's a cool I like the camera. It's cool. But it shows up so little, it's like, why was this, like, the main thing that we were hinging the game on? Like, selling it. I don't know. I love this game, and I'm glad it kinda sorta got the flowers it deserved on the Switch era, but it's still kind of underappreciated. But, you know, it's fine. Anyway, this boss kinda sucks. We got Baboom the Boisterous. This is the one that this is like this one's like right above the final boss in terms of like from the best to worst. I don't fuck with this one at all. Oh fuck, I forgot. I need Cranky Kong for this section because you can jump on the ones with hammers if you're Cranky Kong. That makes that go by faster. Oh well. We'll be here for like a minute longer. Boink. They got their spin dashes going on. I like the idea of like having to manage like 3 guys in like a way that's more dynamic than the pirate thing from Returns. However, it goes on too long. Is my main issue, and then they just start throwing shit at the wall, literally. Like, here's the thing, they won't look too bad. These bosses won't look too bad in practice, because I am really good at this game. I've played it for years. However, fucking up on the last phase and having to redo the whole thing over again has soured my opinion on them pretty heavily. Ugh. Oh. Now he's got the ghosts. Ooh. Got him. Okay, good. Good. Didn't want to lose Dixie, not this late. Took me at least half an hour. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the hell was their problem? I don't look. 9 hits on a boss is enough. Like, that's bad enough already. Then you got 9 plus, however many you gotta do on the shadow clones out here. And it's like, what are we doing? Yeah, Pufferfish is pretty rough, but honestly, like, considering, like, you can kinda, like, have an easier time with that one with Cranky, because he had, like, the extra reach in his attack, like, I don't think it's as, like, egregious as this in the final boss, but it's still bottom 3. It's not great. Is this a double cherry situation? Considering you only beat up the one at the end, I think he's just using shadow clones. I'm not going up to bat for the Martin Scorsese pufferfish we're gonna fight in the next world, but like, I still think like the final boss and that guy are kind of worse. At least to me personally, but you know, to each their own, of course. The fuck is? Oh, okay. Sorry, got a note if I needed to get on that later. At the very least, like, boink. With like the Odyssey team or like part of the Odyssey team at the least doing the bosses on Bananza, those are gonna be like at the very worst inoffensive. So that'll be nice. God, this song is so nice. This is another, like, the underwater theme for this level and Abyss Abyss in general. These are one of the, this is one of those tracks where I'm like, y'all are sleeping on this shit. Like, I thought underwater Donkey Kong tracks, these were supposed to be like, you know, these are supposed to be like the big vibes, like when people sleep on this one. Like, man, I think this is one of the best ones. Boink. Oh yeah, this level has the worst secret exit in the entire series, right? I just remembered this level has the most obnoxious secret exit ever. I might just show it off for the hell of it. But I think I'm still gonna take the normal exit because no, wait, actually no, we're doing the secret exit so I don't have to do the octopus level. The fact the fact that I don't remember half of the boss names in Odyssey and like it took me a minute to remember, oh yeah, that's the octopus that Rubbish just name dropped. I feel like kind of says something about the, like, how I think most of Odyssey's bosses are kind of in one ear and out the other. But, like, they're still fine. Most of them are still fine. Anyway, the secret exit for this stage. You see this pulsating thing right here? That pulsating ceiling that I just swam past? You have to keep that in mind. Because, like, after a certain point, you would have to backtrack. I think it's after this. After you hit this, you gotta backtrack for that, and there's no real cue except for, like, a faint audio, like, thing of something lifting on your left, like that. And it's like, I don't know, man. I think we should have had another check-in on that one. I don't know. Also, hi, Newbert. Hi, Ollie. Ugh. Anyway, when I say I know half of the Odyssey bosses' names, I mean, like, because I'm irony poisoned by them, I love like gassing up the Brutals even though they're fucking mid as hell. I know all their names because of that. And also Mecha Wiggler, because that thing's horrifying. Like how like that thing's barely a wiggler. That thing's horrifying. Oh yeah, I also know Torque Drift, because like what the hell, why is that its name? Oh, and the dragon, of course. The rest of them, meh. Actually, wait, no, I think it's just Mollusk Lancier that I don't know, because I remember Cockatiel, of course. He's in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. He has a level named after him. I couldn't forget that. Name half the bosses the Brutals. That's on me. I set the bar too low. Oh shit, I just realized I didn't go back for a secret exit. Well, I guess we are in fact doing the octopus level. That's, you know, Jacob, I never thought of it that way, but that's such a, like, niche reference, and it is flower-based that I could honestly see it. Because, like, what else is it what else would it be referencing? At least we get to see another dynamic camera level. I don't do this one too often on our funky routes, so I'll be able to show this off at least. Ooh, the roller coaster. There's a precedent for this. I mean, yeah, but it's barely a wiggler, but it has, you know, the caterpillar body, so it's like there at least. Spewer and Gretilda egg. I don't know, boomer. I love that I've made my audience know who Spewer is. It fills me with joy. Come to his parking lot. Spirit specifically is killing him. Oh man. God. Not even gassing up Rango. Oh man. Yeah, Topper, Harriet, and Rango are the other three. That's you. Don't fuck with me, Ollie. I know you didn't genuinely think his name was Egg. You're pissing me off. Egg and Rango are really similar names. Here. I want to make them less interesting. Yeah, that's true. I have faith in Voidco though, in terms of antagonists from the Odyssey team. I think they'll do something interesting with them. We'll see though. Yeah, they could just use the Koopalings as a thing, like. What? Rango's just Iggy, Harriet's just Wendy, Topper's just, I don't know, either Lemmy or Larry. And then Spewart's Morton. Like, they're the same guys. Spewart is just Morton if he had indigestion. Sorry, that phrase just came to me and I didn't know what to do with it. Perry's done more for at least 1/4 of the Brutals than Nintendo has. I've been saying, right? He put Spewart in Mario Tennis. We got a silhouette level at least. Where the hell's Cappy? I don't know, but we got Pauline. Okay, the way I said that makes it sound like I have an issue. I don't have an issue with Pauline. It's just kind of like she's the her and New Donk are like the only things from Odyssey that consistently come back, and it's like a little tiring, just a tiny bit. But you know, get your bag, girl. I'm not here to judge. It's not your fault. Cappy's in Smash, and that's about it. And it's like Captain Toad at least tried because you got like levels based off the Sand Kingdom, the Cooking Kingdom, the Lunching Kingdom. That was it. Yeah, it was the Luncheon Kingdom, the Sand Kingdom, New Donk, obviously, because that's the big one. I want to say, hold on, I'm scrolling through them in my mind. I know there was one more. I know there was one more, and it's escaping me. It might have just been those 3, actually. But no, I feel like there were 4. Was it wooded? That doesn't sound... Like, I was thinking on it in my mind, and that didn't sound right. Oh, it's Cascade! That was it. That makes sense, yeah. Because, like, that is the first big one. That makes sense for it to, Yeah, also some of Peach's outfits in Odyssey, I guess, are in World. Kinda, sorta. Like, at the very least 1 or 2 of them, yeah. Like, the kimono is there. But, like, my point is, like, you know. Like, Sunshine... like, the Sunshine era, right? Like, we had Piantas, we had the Nokis, we had Toadsworth. Which all stuck around for a considerable amount of time. The Cataquacks as well. In comparison, it feels like, kind of feels like Galaxy and especially Odyssey kind of had diminishing returns in terms of being represented in the spin-offs that came out in their respective eras. We forgot to bring up Madame Brew. That's enough conversation for now. Okay, fair enough. I feel like Rui had something else they wanted to say, but they're holding themselves back, and I respect them for it. I'm clowned on enough out here. Yeah, she is the leader. Yeah, that is all but confirmed. I think. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is confirmed. Like Jacob literally said so just now. Oh no! Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Shit. They do have like lore, but I do like, you know, like most Mario things, I've kind of accepted at this point that they, you know, they have no real interest in doing it outside of like easily missable side stuff. But I do kind of wish it was incorporated a bit more. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Like the fact that there are crumbs at all, I guess, is neat. And the RPGs have kind of satiated my need for like big in-depth villains in Mario stuff. Like, especially Brothership fed me well in that regard recently, so I'm like, you know what? I'm fine just vibing in Odyssey, why not? But it is kind of a missed opportunity. It's like if Kirby or some shit. Most of the time. Like, they occasionally hit it out of the park with stuff like, of course, Rosalina's story. But, like, yeah. Most of the time, they just tuck this shit neatly away, and it's like, okay. Alright. I guess I'll go elsewhere. I'm like the picture of the ant with, like, the satchel on his back. And I look really sad as I walk over the Kirby, and I'm like, oh shit, wait, right. They're writing his fire over here. Oh boy, anyway, this level. I don't play this one enough. This is gonna be rough. We're gonna be here for 10 minutes. Bare minimum. They brought back the octopus from Returns with a vengeance, and it's gonna be real bad for me. My expectations are kind of in the ground for Bananza's story stuff. Like, I know they're hiding it, but, like, Nintendo does do this thing sometimes where, like, they hide stuff for no real reason. So I'm kind of going into Bananza, like, not expecting too much, but I'll be pleasantly surprised if they cook up something good there. But I'm just sort of expecting a really good soundtrack and, like, a good character bond between DK and Pauline, and that's probably about all I'm, like, expecting from that narrative. Doink. Yeah, I'm sure, like, I mean, yeah, Voidco is, like, a new thing, not even attached to Bowser, so I'm sure they'll, like, elaborate on that, of course, but, like, beyond those three facets, I'm not expecting too much. I'm not on the K-Rool Copium train, but I've talked about that enough, you know? Okay, first part's done for the for this octopus level, so we are sailing smoothly. K-Rool is still canonically dead. Yeah. God, if I didn't fucking hate playing that game, I would have put Jungle Climber in the mix. But like I said, I think if I do add one more game to the Donkey Kong Road to Bananza, it's going to be the Donkey Kong DLC for Mario plus Rabbids. Mainly just because I want to see that game running at 60. I want to see, like, how that feels. Now that it does that on Switch too. Oh, there goes Diddy Kong. Oh, God! What if they bring this fucking guy back? What if they bring back this fucking octopus? In Bananza. That'd be something. Get out of here. You know what? All things considered, that didn't go as bad as I thought it was going to. "71 lives is crazy." I'm not even trying! I'm not even trying to, like, grind for lives, but the DK barrel stuff, like, literally just hands them out on a platter. And it's like, yes, it's a hard game, but, like, you're never, like, gonna... As long as you get, like, enough banana coins and, like, enough of the DK barrel stuff, you're never gonna game over too much. Woo! Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Go, 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 go. Okay. Holy shit! A part where you have to throw a bunch of bombs away from you. Jungle Beat reference to the fucking elephant boss that everybody hates. And by everybody, I mean myself, since I'm like the only person I know who's played Jungle Beat. See, the two places in this stream where I've been like, is that a Jungle Beat reference? That's what the K-Rool, like, copium feels like to me. Like, yes, there are crocodile-themed enemies in Bananza. I get that. But I feel like that's more so just like a nod, you know? It's like, here you go, here you go, you filthy animals. Here's your crocodile representation. Chris once again back with that 100-line Last Defense Academy. I hope they saw that my DM and are getting the art references I requested. Because I want to draw. I want to draw something in between all my art fight stuff, but I kind of need them to get that for me. Woo. Whatever, I don't need to wait for these. I've got enough lives and bananas as is. Oh, this is definitely a route to a bonus stage. I don't care. Get me out of here. God, it is just real fun, like, having the bunnies in the background hopping on the switches to make these traps activate. You know, it's just, like, little contextualization things like that are just strewn throughout the game. I fuck with it. Like, until you hit the bonus world, like, most platforms are not just, like, floating. They usually have, like, a reason. And then you got, like, the things activated for a reason. It's just fun. It's just fun to, like, look at all of the effort they put into the world design. Because I think, like, yeah, the reason this game, like, does that a lot more than Returns is because they got a few of the level designers from Returns 3D on this game, if I remember correctly. The ones who did the bonus, the extra levels from that port specifically, I should add. Because those were done by, like, a different, like, group than the main stuff by Retro. So it's just, you know, it's just neat. Yeah, the intentional design stuff is, yeah, it's difficult, but it adds, like, this level of polish and, like, it's just fucking neat. Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair also kind of does stuff like that, not to the extent Tropical Freeze does it. But it still does it, like, it still does, like, a good chunk of it, and I do fuck with that. I'm glad they at least gave it a go. Still a really good game. Not quite on this level, but I would say it's on, like, Donkey Kong Country Returns level. And, you know, for going on sale frequently for $3, you cannot, like, go wrong with that, I feel. Like, at worst, if you don't vibe with it, and you got it on sale for $3, it's like, okay, it was just $3. God, I'm excited for, speaking of Yooka-Laylee, I'm excited for Yooka Replay later this year. Because, like, it actually seems like they're making that game, like, as an apologist for it, it seems like they're making it the game it always should have been. And I'm fucking with what they're putting down on it. I just hope they optimize the file size, because they released the demo for, like, the first 30 minutes. That thing's 10 gigs. Why the fuck was it 10 gigs? Donkey Kong Bananza, the whole game, is 10 gigs. What are we doing? What are we doing out here? Wow, but I mean, they're an indie team. I would doubt it's that malicious. It's just probably, I don't know. Probably just, like, maybe they'll get it down. I don't know. But, like, seeing that did kind of make me go, like, okay, this is going to be a problem if they don't optimize this. Completely unknown to me. Yeah, it's fucked up. They're wizards over there. Like, I know at the end of the day, some developers, like, you know, do make their games big intentionally, so that, you know, you're incentivized to not uninstall them, because it would take too long to reinstall them, but it's like, come on now. There's gotta be, like, yeah. Like, I doubt it's like I doubt you need to, I don't know. Has that ever worked? Has there ever been a game that's, like, worth the full 50 gigabytes or whatever? Like, not to me. Hell, sometimes when I'm done with a game that's 10 gigs, I uninstall it, because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't need to keep that around. That's just me, I suppose. Ugh. Wow. Boink. Fine. We got this. Da 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 da. Ooh. God, the water controls are so good. Sorry, I was just spinning around in a circle for a second there, and I just really needed to appreciate the fact that I could just do that effortlessly. Isn't that? No, that is not less than Odyssey. I believe Odyssey was like 5 gigs. But the fact that it's not even, but the fact that Bananza isn't even double of Odyssey's size. Because I think Odyssey was like 5.5. That's kind of crazy. They're like, they're cooking. Oh god, we got Fugu. Fugu the pufferfish. Roar. That was 15 for some reason. I mean, that's what you would expect it to be, is the thing, but it's not. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's do this thing. I like the underwater controls in this game, but I don't think they justify needing their own boss fight. Boink. Like, the fact that Mario Kart World, I believe, is the biggest Nintendo game file size-wise, and it's still, like, only 21 gigs, is, like, honestly pretty impressive. Oh, shit, Cranky's already gone. My strategy for making things easier for myself is out the window. Dude, these green fish are pissing me off. I hate these guys. Their faces disturb me. Are you fucking kidding? Well, now we gotta do the whole run with just Donkey Kong, so this is probably gonna drop down to the second worst for me. But, you know. If you can use Cranky optimally, which I have done in the past, it's not, like... It's not good, but, you know, it can ease things slightly with one boss. What do you mean? There go my hearts. Ugh. Yeah. These green fish are grissing me off. So true. Shoutouts to hit indie game Grease, one of the most beautiful looking games I've ever played. That's G-R-I-S. Why did I use Dixie Kong instead of Cranky Kong? Because I'm used to the timing for Dixie Kong. Also, the extra hearts might also help. You know, that might help this be less egregious. Really, there's just no reason to use Diddy Kong's extra ability. Because, like, you get enough lives as is. I do have to say. Well, it's over. We tried. We tried our best. It's over. There goes Dixie. Oh yeah, I haven't played Neva yet, but I've heard it's just about as good as Grease, which excites me readily. There's just too many indie games coming out at all times. I'm just lucky that I'm just lucky I got a review copy for one of them that comes out later this month, because I know I wouldn't have been able to otherwise, because it would have got sandwiched between Donkey Kong Bonanza and No Sleep for Konami Date, and I just would have had to wait till August to play it, most likely. It would have been like, sheesh. So many games. So many fucking games. Bonk! And August Kirby comes out. No, see, the thing is, Kirby's Star-Crossed World, I have a feeling I'll be able to one-stream that. That's not an issue. Maximum 2 streams, I think, because I do want to do a replay of the game with the 60 FPS patch and then go and do the new stuff. But still. That won't be as big of a, like, commitment, I feel. I'm gonna inhale that shit. As if I'm Kirby IRL. Keep forgetting about Date. I wish I could forget about Date. I get. Okie dokie. Bonk. Okay. See? We didn't lose her on the first hit this time. Improvements are being made. It's not good on me, Dante. Except Chris, probably, when they get to play those games, because they're probably going to feel a certain kinship with Dante. Is that mean? Probably. But is it true? Also probably. Doesn't feel real that we got another Zombie Files. Yeah, I'm hesitant about it, but like, it's $40. I'm getting it at launch. Chris has a problem with liking main characters and also junior characters, so like he crossed those two things, it's over for them. Yeah, here's the thing, like, yeah, I do agree, Nirvana Initiative is like, it's a bit less than the first game. Like, something got a little lost and it gets a bit messy, especially towards the back half. However, I still think it's good. I feel like people overreact to like how big the drop is. It's felt, but it's not like the worst. It's not like the drop from Virtue's Last Reward to Zero Time Dilemma, which I'm kind of scared is gonna happen with No Sleep for Konami Date. But you know, we'll see. But also, you know, I could wax lyrical. Not like that's not the phrase I want to say. I could talk about like my problems with Nirvana Initiative for a reasonable amount of time, but also they gave me my Pookie Kuruto Ryuki, so like I can't complain too much. That's my baby girl. Disagree, it's better. I mean, you're entitled to feel that way. I personally do like the more like humanish side of Zombie Files writing, I suppose. Like there is a half of that I don't fuck with as much, but like half that I do fuck with, I do kind of prefer. Like it just kind of loses me a little personally. It's just like, but like it's, and I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying they're both good. It's like a two cakes thing. They're just a bit different. There's just a few missteps that rub me the wrong way about Nirvana Initiative, but overall, like, They're very close. Like, honestly, thinking on it, I do think they're very close for different reasons for me. It does kind of depend on which day you ask me, because I did make 2 video essays on Nirvana Initiative. So I don't know why I'm talking like I think it's like much less. It's just like, you know, it's like a 7.7 and a 7.8. At least for me, but you know. Oh, hold on, can we get a look at that thing? Nope, okay, it's gone. Hold on, next time we see that ugly freak, I gotta zoom in on him. So, getting sidetracked. Hold on. Oh, they're going away. Okay, I need these guys, like, set on one platform. I need those horrible freaks set on one platform so I can just go to town. With the camera. And just look at them. Okay, hold on. Horrible. Horrible creature. Vile, disgusting thing. Okay, we're good. I got it out of my system. I do the zoom in thing. You have to, I could never, here's the thing, I could never do the timing. I could never do the timing on Switch 1 because it was so particular. But for some reason with Switch 2, I'm able to do it a bit easier. But you just tap the home button like super quick twice. I think there's also a setting you might have to toggle in the system settings to make sure it works. But like if you tap it super quick, it's like, and then zooms in. You tap it again, get out of there. But if you do it, if you space them out too much, it goes to the home menu like that. And that's what trips me up. Like I tried, you can go to my Brothership, my Mario and Luigi Brothership VODs, and you can see me fumble that a few times. I just didn't know the timing, but like it's a super fast one. You gotta like click it in twice real fast. But yeah, my last statement, I think my last statement I'm gonna make on it, how I would sort it is, oh god, okay, well, is that like, with the original Somnium Files, I feel it's a bit tonally lopsided, whereas Nirvana Initiative, I feel it's a bit structurally lopsided. They're both kind of like games with like a big with a little bit of a narrative hitch that keeps me from calling them peak, but like I love them both dearly. Ugh. It's also been a while though, so I could be misremembering certain things about it. I could be like generalizing, I suppose. Maybe they both have tonal problems. I don't know. Maybe that's just Uchikoshi's way. But like, I felt like it was a bit more egregious in the first Somnium Files for me personally, because I took the because you know, like you go through the Mizuki route, and like Iris is just like normal because you know that's spoiler alert, that's not really Iris, and then you go to the other route and it's like she's just like that. And I don't really remember if there was a character that gave me that much whiplash in the Nirvana Initiative. Like specifically. Boink. Ugh. Like with the Nirvana initiative, it's like, I don't know, like it feels like, yeah, it does kind of feel like they save a lot of the like big massive story beats for the Mizuki half, and like Ryuki still does have a few. And it's just like, I remember the split being a little better in Somnium Files because Somnium Files focused a bit more on like Date and like its main character generally, as a main character generally, whereas, you know, because Nirvana Initiative has to split between two protagonists, it just kind of feels a little bit, I don't know. That is sort of the problem when you write a game like that, I suppose. It's just kind of, it does kind of lend itself to being just a little bit lopsided like that, in a different way than the first game. Doink. Oh yeah, all this to say, I still like, yeah, I mean, I made the Komeiji video for a reason. That shit hit for me. Yeah, I like Ryuki, but I just wish he was like, you know, he just kind of feels like he takes a bit of a backseat after a certain point. So it's like, I don't know, it's like, it's a bit weird. Oh yeah, the Somnium games are like really good. Like they're like I've been saying, they're very good. If you want just some solid visual novel games with some quirky writing and also you know, just some let's just say they'll teach you some stuff you didn't know about. as Kotaro Uchikoshi's writing tends to do. Oh man. I'm so curious about the new Somnium Files and how I'm gonna handle it, because if it is ZTT level, that's gonna be funny. I'm kind of hoping it, you know, I'm gonna act in good faith. I'm gonna you know, give it a shot. But the fact that Uchikoshi isn't even on it does kind of raise a few alarm bells in my head, like he's not writing it like he did the other two. So we'll see. My one sentence pitch, okay, I know you asked Ollie, but my one sentence pitch is, imagine Psychonauts, but it's an anime visual novel. That's my pitch. What's Ollie's? Yeah, like honestly, there is like a good bit of like yeah, like, you know, the whole going into people's like heads thing and like uncovering like secrets and stuff. Like it is kind of like narratively, it is kind of Psychonauts, but like less of that Western quirkiness and more of just, you know, like the Uchikoshi quirkiness. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm worried about. I mean, like, here's the thing, like, Yamada, the writer who is on No Sleep for Kaname Date, was also involved with the first Somnium File, so I'm not completely doom and gloom, but like, I think about Eric from Zero Time Dilemma and my face just sort of contorts in disgust. So like, I'm on guard. But like, otherwise, yeah, I'll go in as blind as anyone else would. Holding out hope for, dude, if Carlos just shows up, that would be the funniest thing in the world. I need Carlos to show up in some capacity. Yeah, No Sleep for Kaname Date is Steam and Switch 1 and 2, I believe. Only for the time being, which is a bit weird, but I mean, like, at least it's on Steam, I guess. I don't know. Alright, sending you a Noober Dolly for good luck. He's over there. Yeah, I played all the previous ones on PC, and, like, these games are so, like, asset reuse heavy that I can't imagine, like, it'll be much more demanding than the first two, so, like, I'll probably stay with PC. I need to know more. I need to know more about that gadget girl who is replacing Pewter because he is in jail between Somnium Files and Nirvana Initiative. I need to know more about that girl. She seems oomphy. That's it. That's all my that's all I want from that game. I just hope I hope she's just not like a side thing. She has a good substantial thing. She is like the exact kind of character design I like. So you know, we need that there. Woo! Oh yeah, the Switch ports of Somnium Files are kinda So yeah, I mean, Switch 1 port. I imagine the Switch 2 one will be fine, of course, but like, yeah, but if you're forced to Switch 1, that's not gonna be great, because like, I do remember watching somebody who played Somnium 1 on Switch 1, and that was kinda bit shaky. Like, I think it's solid, it doesn't like crash or anything, but it's like, oh, you know, you gotta put up with some load times. Some beefy ones. Only take up 60% of my CPU, yeah. It'll be fine. But you gotta play Chicory before you play that game. Come on now, really. Hop on. Lock in. Help me. Oh my goodness gracious, get me out of here. Oh god, I just remembered. There is a new redeem I want to make before No Sleep for Kaname Date comes out. Need to work on that. Need to make a note for that. I'll make a note for that now, actually. Hold on. Okay. Made a note for it. Redeem has been noted down. I will get to work on that later. No luck. Sorry, Ollie. We should have sent more Nuberts your way. You'll get it eventually. It's hard as fuck, but it's like, you beat old man. If you beat all the other super bosses, that one's like 3 steps above. I think it'll be fun. You'll get it eventually. And look at it this way. As soon as you beat that one, I mean, okay. Our skills on the game will probably fade out within the year, however. I'd like to have good faith that we'll probably be able to handle anything after we finish that one. I can understand wanting to wait on Deltarune, because, like, the wait has been agonizing already, having to, like, sit on cliffhangers between chapters. I can understand the binge approach. But on the other hand, that shit's real good. Like, only half of the game is done, and it's already in my top 25 of all time, so, like... Ugh. Yeah, it's gonna be super gratifying for the people who wait the long way, because, like, damn. Yeah, like every chapter is basically its own little bite-sized game. And it's just been wonderful. Boing. I'm also glad that unlike Shovel Knight, to my knowledge, I don't think they're raising the price once the game is done. It's just gonna stay at 25 bucks, which is super nice. Like, that's gonna be hella worth it once it's done. Oh boy, here's the fucking stage. Oh man, oh brother. Yeah, the pricing is final. Which is nice. Yeah, Toby's got a team now, so like we're probably getting new chapters for Delta every year. Which is super nice. I can't wait for chapter 1 to feel even weirder with how, like, with how TV show piloty it feels as we get further through the game. Which is not to say it's bad, it's just kind of like, you can tell when Toby got a team together to make Delta Rune. Like, it's very noticeable. Thank you for the water. I'll get it at the next checkpoint. Yeah, like, here's the thing. I think every year is about as good as you can get without, like, compromising, like, the quality of certain stuff. So I get it. I understand. Okay, we got yoing, yoing, boing. Ugh. Toby Fox is like, Toby Fox is such a like wild guy to me, for sure, yeah, because like, he was like, I started conceptualizing Deltarune in 2012. The ending came to me in a dream. However, I realized that I could not just go straight into making this game. I had to go and make Undertale first, which is crazy to me because Undertale is one of the most influential games of the century. Like, yeah, this wasn't even my passion project. This was a stepping stone to get to my passion project. Like, what? Anyway, Undertale's turning 10 years old in September. I'll probably do a stream of that then, just for old time's sake. That'll be fun. Ooh. He just talks like that, yeah. I'd love to use the unique power of the Nintendo Switch 2 to play Donkey Kong Bananza. I was a little confused when they changed the rock into a girl, but you know, it makes sense. It was singing girl music, not rock music. Oh man. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh, Jelly Jamboree, this is a good stage. Jelly Technology Jelly. What are we talking about? Again, another thing I do love about, like, Tropical Freeze, and you get to see it here, like, how the levels not just, like, lead into each other visually, but, like, in that connective tissue way. And you get to see that here with, like, last level we got the juice, here we got, like, the juice being pumped in to make this jelly. And then the stage after this, we're gonna see like some of that jelly being like frozen to make like popsicles. It's like they were cooking. They were just like brewing some like shit to like contextualize every like level gimmick, and it's very fun in that way. Oh yeah, there's so many like bits in Undertale that get elevated by that in Deltarune that get elevated by playing Undertale, and it's not just the fact that, you know, it shares a lot of the same cast, but, you know, a lot of the bits are enhanced. Like, the way that was developed is so fascinating to me. People found a nod to the fucking TV character in Chapter 3 in Undertale. And I'm like, how long has this been going on, man? What are you talking about? I don't know why I blanked on his name. Tenna, that guy, you know. Yeah, Ollie, when you're in like the junkyard before, I think I forget if it's before Waterfall or not, but like it's somewhere in that area. Like there's a TV and a mailbox next to each other in there, and like if you examine it, it says a trash heap, which, you know, is like one of the things that Spamton calls Tenna, which is like crazy ass connection. We got it. We're in and out. Yahoo. God, oh right, I forgot the Frozen level also has a remix of the Ice Stage theme from Donkey Kong Country 2. That's gonna be fun. I mean, that song is a good vibe, I meant to say. Come on. I'm scrambled. I've been like tossed around like a ragdoll between 15 different topics this stream. This is not the usual chaos I'm used to with these Tropical Freeze streams, but like I'm here for it, you know? Like I have enough in my knowledge banks to just talk about the game, but then we started talking about other games, and it's like I don't mind, but also now I'm frazzled. I did the big 3 endings, Ollie, but I didn't like get all the variations on that one certain one, you know, the middle child. Because there's so many of those, you know. But back in the day, I was obsessed with that game, and I did go for the big 3. And I'm gonna be honest, you couldn't pay me to redo the No Mercy, because like, sheesh. Battle Against a True Hero is my favorite Toby Fox song. However, I can't go past that. Not again. Oh man. It's one of those things, you know. It's just not worth the physical and mental exertion. People who go and clear sands on the reg, are you diseased? And that's my question. Oh yeah, I'm pumped for Bananza. That's why I'm doing this whole Donkey Kong project where I replay all the Donkey Kongs. The countries anyway, and maybe also Diddy Kong Racing. Just for the hell of it, since I got time. I'm here for it, you know. I'm low-key vibing. I love all these games except Donkey Kong Country 3, and I'm like, sure. Any excuse to replay them. Yeah, I don't blame you, Ollie. Took me 15 hours to clear that guy. He's rough. Real rough. But you know, the satisfaction you feel when you do it, and then the following pit of emptiness as you clear the route, it's like nothing else compares. Nothing else compares. I just don't like 3 very much. There's too many gimmicks, and also the game is not designed for Kiddy Kong at all. So like when half of the time you're playing as a character who just does not feel good. Like, I have a whole stream of Donkey Kong Country 3 on the VOD channel. And also in the VODs on this channel currently. It'll probably be gone from this channel in a month because Twitch VOD limits expire pretty quickly. But you know, it's there. Played the game co-op and we couldn't we could not like keep our composure throughout most of it. Ugh. Yeah, no, I feel the same way about the No Mercy. Nowadays, I feel the same way about the No Mercy stuff, really. But I don't know. Back in the day, I guess I was just diseased. But like, this is why, despite me streaming the weird route of Deltarune back in the day, I don't think I could bring myself to finish that once it is finished because, sheesh, you know. I'll just watch Snap Q do them shits because, sheesh. There's some cool stuff in there, but is it worth the emotional turmoil? I don't know. Like, Toby, you're too good at what you do. You make me feel like shit when I do the wrong thing. Like, come on now. Yeah. God. Yeah, that's why I'm that's why I'm not gonna, that's why I'm never like, also part of my whole like brainwaves changing in that regard is also why I'm just like looking up the stuff for Undertale Yellow, which I also streamed recently. You can check that out in the book. My shill game is on point today. Oh man, okay, one more world after this and I'll be in the clear. Another boss I'm kind of like iffy on, but the music is fantastic, I'll give it that. Music goes fucking wild crazy here. Woo! Yeah, I'm sure, Rui, but it's okay. Just playing the game normally changed something in you when you saw More, so you know. You still got something. You got something out of the experience, all of a sudden. Ooh! Bonk. Okay, wow. Oh man. I just be saying shit. Oh god. Sorry, I wasn't looking. I do love the detail with the juice turning him around. I'm about to take this from Sarah. I don't like her like that. I just think she's a neat character. You know, like, they wrote a good character. What am I supposed to do? Not like her? God, okay. Oh, fuck, there she goes. You can't win. I'm not trying. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to like win or lose. I'm just being honest. I have some truth in my heart. Ooh. Bonk. Boss is pretty easy compared to... Yeah, it is kind of a... Yeah, like, honestly, like, the underwater boss is kind of, like, a bit easy. But this one, in comparison... I mean, no, wait. No, I mixed my words there. The last boss is pretty tough. This one, in comparison, yeah, it's pretty easy. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. Brain nodes. Sending off mixed signal because I'm on an easier boss, but I'm not, like... As I was talking about the boss. Now is it the third or the fourth? Okay, it's the fourth, right. Oh, right, and then he fucking softballs it anyway. I forgot. I thought he still did it fast. Okay. I can't win. It's fine. We just gotta do the whole thing over again. Not a huge deal. Also, would probably help if I didn't, like, if I wasn't leaping towards the shadows half the time. But, you know. It's okay. I'll work it out. I'll work it out. And I did it again anyway. It's like, why wouldn't I? Do I ever learn? No, but I yearn. Let's see. I could get that heart, but I want to, like, get the hit pretty easily. And it gives me one anyway. You know, like, it's like a 50-50 on that, so, like, sure. Woo! Sorry. Okay, you know, I did say the best world is World 2, and I do stand by that. However, next world, Final World, pretty fucking close contender now that I'm remembering it. Like, it's like a very close second place. I'm very much looking forward to that after this. Is that what I'm yearning for? Because I just want to be free of the boss? Yes, a little bit. Just a touch. The theming, honestly, the fact that I've played Returns so close to my replay of this time, I think is going to enhance it just a touch, you know? It's been a while since I played them back-to-back like that, but, like, I feel like especially I'll be able to, like, notice a few more things really good this time. Bonk. I'm not falling for that shit. Oh yeah, I have Dixie this time. I'm really not falling for that shit. That shit being the fake out. Okay, that was tight. We got it though. Like, really, I don't think the issue with these guys is that they needed checkpoints, because no other Donkey Kong Country game had boss checkpoints. It's just, I think they needed to make them a little shorter, is all. Like, I don't think 9 hits was incredibly necessary. I'm falling for that shit! My bad, I still got hit by it. Like, these kind of fall into the, like, late game DKC3 thing, where, like, they're just too long. And I think they should have shortened them just a I'm not falling for that shit is one of the funniest Undertale arguments ever made. Yeah. Like, constantly fucking quoting that thing. Oh, it's over. 9 hits is a Sonic boss, but yeah, the thing about Sonic bosses is that they have no iframe, and you can usually hit them whenever, unless you're a boss from Sonic 4 or Sonic Superstars. Ugh. God, I'm so glad I never have to stream Sonic 4, like, ever, you know? I have no interest and no real need to. I'm so glad that, like, even if Superstars is, like, not, like, perfect, it's still, like, better than that game, so I don't even have to think of it. I don't have to think of Sonic 4 ever. Until my friend Secret has to play it, in which case, you know, I'll have to be there and emotionally support him. But, you know, that'll be the last time, probably. I have to think about it. Anyway, we're back at Donkey Kong Island. God, this song, I just need to, like, soak it in. And I'm gonna be saying this for, like, the next 2 stages after this as well. But holy moly. Okay, so the thing is about Sonic 4 is that, like, most of the people praising it were the critics at the time, and I'm not gonna say, like, I'm not gonna be, like, that petty and say, like, the critics are, like, completely invalid. Different strokes for different folks and all that. But also, in such a short time afterwards, we got so many, like, iterations on 2D Sonic that were so much closer to what the Genesis games are trying to do. We got Sonic Generations. We got Sonic Mania. And it's like, in comparison, it's just like, Sonic 4 is just kind of like, were you even trying, you know? That was kind of the thing. Like, it was already, like, I always thought it was kind of mid, but then as, like, the better attempts started coming out of the cracks, I was like, damn. Dimps, honey, I love ya. I love your work on the Advance and Rush games, but you just didn't really put it in this time. Like, it's like every 2D Sonic attempt after, like, Sonic 4 is just like, wait a second, these have, like, real, like, physics and level design and real music. I cannot fucking believe Sonic 4 Episode 1's final stage, the theme for that is just the second phase boss music, which is a 10-second loop, and they put that on a 6-minute stage. Anyway, enough talking about bad music. We got good music. This is maybe the prettiest song in the game. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? It's Donkey Kong, brother. He's back. Like, I said my piece on Return soundtrack before. I still think it's good. I still think it's pretty good. But, like, to have this level of quality back in Tropical Freeze is, like... This woke something primal in me when I was 14. I was like, holy shit. It's a very... Yeah, like... The melancholic feel of, like, seeing, like, all these, like, locations from Returns, like, frozen over, is, like, enhanced by just how, like, good David Wise is at his job. It's just, like, man! Ugh. Yeah, Beach isn't really doing much for me in Returns, but like this stage is crazy. Meanwhile, Forest is a pretty weak sauce world, and its stage is also pretty weak, so maybe that one's my personal least favorite, but I definitely understand Beach being like down there in terms of Returns worlds. There's so many, like, smart design things in here, too. Like, the fucking pulling out the ships with from the ice and stuff, and, like islands fucking submerging out of the water and, like, rotating. It's cool. It's just really fucking neat. Like the way, like, not just aesthetically, but mechanically, they remix Return stuff into new and interesting stuff in this game. It's like the payoff. You've been playing the Tropical for 2/4 of the game, and you're like, where's the freeze? And then they hit you with the freeze, and it's like, holy shit. Really, the only reason I haven't made a video essay on these games is because, like, so many people already have. But I feel like there's still some untapped potential in the Donkey Kong Island area. Most people talk about the Juice Island, or, like, Grassland Groove, which are, like, very good contenders. But I feel like I haven't seen enough, like, people talk about this world, which is crazy to me. I do need to hop on. I do need to fill the gap a little, you know? Maybe after I do my other 20 video essay ideas I haven't done. Yeah. Also the fact that this is like an ice world with the ice physics that I like actually really love, which is like, doesn't happen too often. Like ice worlds are kind of hit or miss for me, but this is like such an extreme hit. I can't think of really another game where an ice world was my favorite. Or like, you know, top 2, because like I said, I think Autumn Heights is still my favorite, but it's like, it's in contention with this one constantly, is the thing. Like I said, they're very close to each other. Ooh. And you got the Ruins world with like all the different like collapsing architecture that we saw back then. It's like, oh yeah, you see, I've never played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. That's my bad. That's my blind spot. But you know, I did play Pokemon Ranger as a youth though. Only the first one. Sorry. How scratched up is your DS screen? I don't own that. I don't own the one I played Ranger on anymore, but it was pretty bad. Woo! Yeah, like that's the thing. I feel like 90% of people like 90% of people who haven't played, like, much mainline Pokemon still have, like, that one spin-off that they've played, right? Like, I got Ranger and Rumble on my docket. I fucked up Pokepark, too. Oh, man. You know, I just wish... I blame, again, I've said this countless times as well, but the fact that the 2 Pokemon games I played were X and Y and Sword and Shield, I feel like that had something to do with the fact that I am now, like, unable to vibe with them, because after that I tried Pokemon Black and White, which were considered the best ones, and I still didn't fuck with them, so I guess, you know, my first impressions forever soured it. Well, you know, could have been worse. I don't know. Could have not played them at all, and then I would have never known. They weren't for me. Giving Sun and Moon is so sad. I know. It was just the I don't remember exactly, but it was like the circumstances at the time. Like I was still, you know, it's the whole thing. My ex-girlfriend got me into Pokemon with X and Y, and you know, it's a whole. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to bring the vibe down. But you can kind of infer. You can kind of infer. I feel like just based on that. Anyway, this stage is pretty cool. Shoutouts to them freezing the fuck out of that bat. He deserved it. She deserved it. They deserved it. I don't know. Ugh. I at least know, like, here's the thing. I did skip out on Sun and Moon. But I have listened to that soundtrack, and Jesus Christ, it's really good. From what I remember, anyway. I remember sticking the Guzma's theme for like a week. That shit was banging. Like I avoided the game, but I was still like on that soundtrack, and I was like, holy shit. I think if you met Lusamine, you'd feel something. I know of Lusamine, is the thing. Like, just going off at designs, I've always vibed with Wick a bit more, but you know, maybe if I got to know the characters a bit more, maybe that would switch, I don't know. We don't know, for sure. Anyway, yeah, Pokemon's got like some fucking A+ designers on those teams. But you know, I can always observe from a distance, and I'm appreciative of that, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Please isn't as much of a character, sadly. Yeah, I kind of figured. But yeah, but the design is lovely, you know. Anyway, I love this bit with like the rolling snowball in place of the minecart. It's very fun, very inventive. Wasn't really talking too much about the game because I was wrapped up in other things. Sorry, I'm catching up. I'm catching up through the chat. You're older than Cyrus got me. I'm going. It's really funny that I'm going this entire run without going to talk to Funky Kong in his shop once. Like, bro is just gone. Like, he's just not involved. Mr. Not appearing in this episode. He's had his time to shine. He'll get over it. He'll get his due in November. Anyway, Forest Volley has a great, like, track to it. Great music here. Very somber, like the best of this world. However, this stage is just kind of long and tedious, and I don't vibe with it very much, aside from the aesthetics and music. It is probably the worst mainline level in this world, and it is, you know, it's just fine. It's fine. Not bad. It's fine. Oh, God! There's just a lot of waiting in this one, and it just kind of, you know. I feel like Tropical Freeze design is at its best when, like, you can both, like, when you can both take it slow or take it fast. Like, it's your oyster. Or if you're ever gonna spend your coins. Like, there's not really a reason to. Like, coins are just, like, for... You get extra lives, different, like, barrels that you can use to spawn a character at any point in the level. Or the collectible figurines, which I have not bothered to fill out that collection since the first time I played this game on the Wii U. So inherently against gacha that I don't even play the fake gacha that is designed to eventually give you everything. Xenoblade 2? I never finished Xenoblade 2! I went straight to Torna! You remember I watched the fucking Chugga Conroy playthrough? Oh, man. I pressed the button. I don't know what they want from me. Boink. I just think it's really cool, you know, that Torna was sold standalone. I wish that they would do that with any other DLC campaign they ever made over there. Like, I want to replay Octo expansion, but I don't want to have to go fucking buy Splatoon 2 again. But you know, this is a tired old conversation that's been repeated across the decade, so I'm not gonna start dredging up the waters. I'm not gonna start stinkying the waters so close to the end of the stream. There's a gacha thing in Xenoblade. Here's the thing. I feel like people exacerbate the issues with Xenoblade 2, but they are present. I still love that game, though. I love the story of that game, I should say, since I never finished the mainline game. I feel like it's a bit exacerbated, and it is a very different vibe from Xenoblade 1. And I still want to punt Tora like the little fucking football-shaped freak he is. However, it's a good game. I like that game. Ow, you! Okay. Yeah, it's like, it's not like the worst it could be. It's still like a design, it's a design philosophy that I don't really fuck with. No, here's the thing, Jacob. They had a bit of a Nopon recession. Where I feel like after Ricky, like, it did kind of like, between X and 2, they kind of fell off a cliff. But then Xenoblade 3's Nopons are good again, so it's like... they got it worked out eventually. I like the one in 3 that has the deep voice because it reminds me of the His Balls voice that I do. But yeah, I don't want to talk too specifically about Xenoblades because, like, they're very story-heavy games. But I like all of them that I have played. I have not played X. Okay, we got Cliffside Slide. This stage kicks ass. This stage is fucking awesome. Which you would not, the Cliff World, it's there. I don't hate it, I don't love it. But they really brought out its best attributes in this one stage. First off, it's a silhouette stage. That kicks ass. But then they also do, like, they do what I love the most in this game. Which is some high-octane, perilous platforming. That tests all your abilities, and it's just real good. I love the snow, like, making the already, like, the already established, like, unsteady rocks even, like, unsteadier, and that's, like, making it collapse as the snowstorm, like, fucks up the higher levels of the island. It's just good. It's really fucking neat. How many different ways can I say that they are, like, creative as hell over there? Whee! Plus, here's the thing. This level also doesn't have the worst mechanic from the Cliff World in Returns. The fucking oil that I hate. Completely unpresent because they couldn't put that in this stage if it's a silhouette level. Because there would be no visual cue for it. So they just had to forego it entirely, which, thank God. Thank God. The mechanic sucked ass. I'm so happy that they just got rid of the oil. I'm the opposite of a capitalist. I hate oil. God, and then this bit where, like, you're tumbling down the thing and you gotta rotate around with it. Ah, it's so cool! This game is so cool. Oh. Holy shit. I love this game. I love this game so much. They are, it's Mario Wonder. Yeah, that is true. I think Mario Wonder is... I think Mario Wonder is probably the closest that a Nintendo team has gotten 2D platformer-wise to this game. Except, the thing is, the bosses in that game are bad for the opposite reason of this game. We need the meat in the middle, boss-wise, I think. We need the variety of bosses that Tropical Freeze has. But, like, but making them slightly beefier than how short Mario Wonders are. Final boss notwithstanding. I do like Wonder's final boss. It's really good. Not the best they've ever done, but it's really good. Right, I don't have a boss takes 2 seconds and 20 minutes. Yeah. Like, I do think there's a sweet spot there, but given the choice between the two of them, yeah, I'd take the Wonder boss. It's just, you know, I love Bowser Jr. and all, but, like... I don't know, man. I don't think it needed to be all of them, except for those 2 airship bosses that nobody remembers until the Wonder boss discussion comes up, because they are so nothing. I have to replay Wonder. I'm waiting for the inevitable Switch 2 edition. They gotta have something up their sleeve. Like, if they didn't have the free update for it off the bat, they have something cooking for it, and I'm like, come on now. Don't hold out too long. Eventually, I'll probably replay it if it takes too long, though. You know, I'm impatient. I played that game 3 times for that video essay I never fucking finished. Because everybody else just said what I wanted to say, so I was like, I'm gonna be insecure and never release it. Which I really need to stop doing. I need to get over that. I need to get over that insecurity of mine. But, you know, it's whatever. I got other cooler videos in the pipeline right now anyway, so it's like... I'll come back to the Wonder idea. Possibly. Fuck. I mean, I don't know. I mean, people did say that, like, oh, the first free update batch is all they're gonna do, but it's like, I don't know. We got that Splatoon 3 update, so it's like, I don't know. I think they're just gonna drop them over time as like they feel they're needed, or they hook up what the content they want to do for. Give it some time. If they do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. And some of the games just work better by default, so it's like... Ow. Am I just kind of whatever on this because I only have a 1080p TV? Probably. Oh shit, COG. We got COG. Dude, it's been so long. I feel like we've gotten COG a couple times on this stream. I just didn't point it out until now. Because I've been, you know, embroiled in deep discussion. Haven't got one all game. Oh shit, for real? Never mind. Yeah, I haven't been paying enough attention. Yeah. Like, at the very least, I'm getting games that run smoother now. Like, I have been playing Monster Hunter Stories 2 recently, and apparently that game has some performance issues on Switch 1. Switch 2, it has been a rock-solid 60 for me. I haven't noticed a single hiccup, and it's been fucking fantastic. That game is very lovely, by the way. I really wish mainline Monster Hunter would take some art style inspiration from it, because it's so goddamn pretty. And Wilds, I haven't played it, but it's so goddamn ugly, dude. I'm not even I'm not even one of those realism bad guys. Like, I like the modern Resident Evil look enough. Like, I don't know. Monster Hunter is a very, like, fantastical, whimsical world of monsters, and I feel like Stories, very much art style-wise, takes, like, the sort of, like, fantasy approach and gives it some of that, like, gives it a bit more of that magic that it should have. I don't know. Am I sounding like a picky child? Maybe. I don't know. Stories is fucking gorgeous, even at, like, I think it's 720. I mean, here's the thing. Like, it's always inherently, like, the realistic style has kind of been part of the Monster Hunter identity since the original ones on PS2. But, like, it just looks better. Stories just looks better. It's just simply a notch above. Also, the animation in the Stories games is kind of crazy good. Like, there's so many, like, each monster that you can, like, befriend seems to have its own little special attack that has its own, like, either really cool or really goofy animation, and I'm all for it. I'm waiting for the story to pick up, but, like, gameplay-wise and, like, visuals-wise, like, I think Stories has been, I think Monster Hunter Stories 2 has been really good. And I have let go of the rhino again. Yeah. That being said, despite my, despite my glowing optimism on Stories 2 so far, I'm still waiting for the mascot Scribble to win me over. He's a little... I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't know what Lacey sees in him. I'm sorry. I do not fuck with Naviru yet, but maybe he'll win me over. He's very puntable, is the thing. From his design to his voice. And I'm waiting for him to, like, prove himself. But I don't know if he will, because he was in the first game as well. And I feel like if he had proved himself in that first game, I wouldn't be thinking this now. But, you know. Yeah, what do you think the Rhino's name is, Ollie? Tell me what you got in that brain of yours right now. If you can. If it's something you can't say on stream, then obviously no. Like, if you think his name is Rizzler, you can't say that because the term's blocked. Now, I know that's not what you were thinking, however. Bentley! Adobe! Neither of those are even in the realm. Good job. Oh shit, on. I don't know what I was expecting, but it definitely wasn't anything close to that. Bentley is the... Bentley. The kind of name you hear before playing a hacking minigame that has a 3-second loop as its soundtrack. Anyway, how are we feeling? Final boss time, chat. How are we feeling? We think it's gonna be a first try, or do we think we're gonna be here for 30 more minutes? Because last year I did this first try. It was also Funky Kong. First try, son, at 30 minutes. Boss, my daughter, yeah. Let's get it. Even the music, it's like, it's still alright, but it's definitely the weakest of the rock and roll boss themes. Kind of really lacks a catchy hook to it. Anyway, this final boss does my favorite thing, where they introduce a mechanic that in the fucking last 10 minutes of the game. Oh man. I wonder if any other games I've played this year have done that in their final bosses, not naming names. But this one always fucked with me because it's like, yeah, you're throwing it into the background, I guess. But you gotta like account for him moving around, and it's just a headache. And also, here's the thing: you can throw these at him. These do not count towards the 9 hits you need to do. Once you bring him over to the foreground, you still need to do the 3 hits on his back for the phase. I mean, to get the phase done. So this is the only boss in the game that takes double digits in the hits. It's real bad. Oh yeah, that is true. You could say Rizzler. That is true. But I don't know if you would. Hold on, can you spawn more guys actually? I kinda need them. Like there are things I like with this boss, like the fact that he uses the dragons again. I just wish they were used in a cooler way, and also, you know, it wasn't like tedious boss hours. Like, all the bosses in this game are frustrating to me, because, like, there's something there for most of them, but they just sort of, like, they drag on too long or fail in other ways. It's like, we were so close to perfection, but here's the thing, it's still top 3 of all time for me, so it's like, I can't be too picky, but I can complain when I get to it. Yeah, like, dude, your dragons kick ass. Can you, like, use them in a way besides the, you know, making the platforms freezy and the Captain K Rule tribute? Actually, I kind of fuck with the Captain K Rule tribute attack. But it just, I don't know. It comes in at the very last phase of the boss, so, like, by the time it happens, I'm kind of over the boss as a whole. But, like, in a vacuum, that's like a neat thing to do. And, like, I don't know. Because, like, here's the thing. Again, if this game was made, like, one generation later, I feel like they could have done some really sick shit with that dragon design. However, it's a Wii U game at the end of the day. So, like, they couldn't go too crazy with it. But I don't know. We saved the Donkey Kong Country Road Child for free. Shut the fuck up, Diddy. Oh god. This whole attack is a bit of an ordeal too. Oh, I just remembered one later that's a bit bullshit, and I'm glad I have Dixie. Because, like, Dixie's really the only way you're saving your ass when this one attack I'm thinking of strikes. Oh, man. But again, we'll get there, because he saves all of his worst bits for the final phase. Maybe we're in some kind of trouble-free. Anyway, quick final boss ranking for the Donkey Kong Country games off the top of my head. King K. Rool, then there's a big gap, then there's Captain K. Rool, then there's a smaller gap, then you got Tiki Tong, then you got this guy, and then you got Baron K. Rool and stuff. That is my stance on the Donkey Kong Country final bosses. I don't know if this was anything anybody was clamoring for, but I was thinking of it off the top of my head just now. I just wanted to put it out there. Since I played them all in such quick succession, you know? What if the boss was this like, but you only got 2 hits? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, Jacob. It's like there's like a gap tier between Captain K. Rool and King K. Rool. If you got hit once, you're forced to play as Kiddy Kong. Yep. Anyway, this bullshit. Check this out. Okay, there's a more egregious one where it goes from left to right and it takes a little longer for the platforms to come up. But, like, Jesus, man. And then he goes straight to this, and I mean, like, again, this is a neat attack, but at this point I'm kind of checked out of the boss fight. Also, Dixie's gone. It's over. I believe the fight is, as you say, over now. Oh, okay. My eyes kind of... I thought he was jumping on me for a second, but we're God, Can I have another run like that funky run I had last year of this fight? That kicked ass. I was in and out of this in 4 minutes, which is still not an acceptable length for a 2D like platformer boss, but it's still, you know, pretty good. Yeah. Yes, Ollie, hit me with our impenetrable bits from a year and a half ago. That'll help me focus. Truly. No, you motherfucker! I should kill you. Kill you. There we go. Oh no, he's gonna do it now, and I'm not gonna be able to. Oh no. Oh, okay, no, he's still doing the reasonable one. Okay. Ah! Okay, I'll take it. Oh, never mind, it's over. Man, I got the clutchest shit in the world for nothing? Damn! Hold on. Actually, hold on. Is that too far back? Please, I want to see that replay, if possible. Oh, it's just out of fucking range! Whatever. Whatever, man. It was literally just out of range. I saw the dragon frame and I was like... Well, I guess I'll start scraping bananas off the barrel so I can try and see if I can get more golden hearts. Please? Here's the thing. This first phase, pretty easy. You can get those 3 hits. Then he starts speeding up to a point where no human is able to fucking chain him like that, you know? Woo. Oh yeah, also, I mean, again, between the emulator stuff and me never playing the original Diddy Kong Racing, no guarantee I'm playing all of that game, like, all the way through. When we do it on, I think, Thursday. I'm probably just gonna, like, check out the adventure mode. Get that hit. Get that nostalgia hit, you know? It's that weird nostalgia hit where it's like, I played the DS version, but it's still gonna be nostalgic to me, because, like, most of that game is relatively untouched. They changed it just enough to make the Puritans mad, but, like, otherwise. Like, it's the same. It's the 64. No human can react to that. I think about the bit. I think about the bit from when Germa played Ultra Kill constantly. Like, humans were not made to be doing this. We were made to be pushing wheelbarrows in fields. Like, that's the energy I bring sometimes when faced with an insurmountable challenge. But here's the thing. My brain has unfortunately been diseased to play Ultra Kill. So, like, I can adapt to that. My second favorite Ultra Kill comment is what Vinny Vinesauce said, where he's like, I don't think I have... No, wait, it wasn't what he said. He was reading chat, and he was like, Vinny doesn't have the mental illness to be able to play this game properly, and he was like, I don't know about this. And then he's like, oh wait, everybody in chat is saying true, never mind. Oh man. Ultra Kill brings out the best comments from people, you know? Anyway, that's the one where you kind of need the hover or just a well-timed roll jump to be able to fucking make it. Otherwise, it's just like, sheesh, man. Can I even make that jump normally? Probably, but again, it's a split second. Or like, a couple seconds. But on the stress of the moment, I don't know, man. I hope it's gonna need it to be continued, maybe. Yeah. Dude, I hate when you have it like right on him, right? I hate that shit. And then he just dodges it because, like, what are hitboxes? Okay, I just need to hit him one more time next time he comes around and I'll be good to finish this up. Woo! We're in. Dude, can you stop laughing? Low-key, you're harsh in the mic. Ooh. Ooh. He thinks he's so... Oh, wait, he does that now, right? I forgot! Okay, we got it. We're good. Get him out of there. Yeah, it's just whatever. What a whatever boss fight. Second, first try. Anyway, yeah, it's still peak. Like, here's the thing. Most of my favorite 2D platformers have, like, mid to bad bosses. This one, Mad Rat Dead. Trying to think of another 2D platformer I fuck with where the bosses aren't really all that. Okay, well, not Metroid Dread. That game is cracked on all fronts. There's like one bad boss in that game. Two. But the rest are on all cylinders. I want to play Metroid Dread again, actually. Yeah, I need that. I need that hit again. I need the hit of fighting Ravenbeak again, because that's still like my favorite final boss in any video game. Oh, I don't think there was a boss in that game I dislike. When I say that, I'm mostly thinking about like that one part where they put you in a cramped space with two of those Chozo warriors, and it just gets a bit much. But otherwise, that game is so fucking good. It's, like, kind of unreasonable how good that game is, like, for, like, 95% of it. And then the other 5% is still, like, pretty good. I would say you can definitely do any Metroid first. However, there is a bit of an overarching story. So I would say that it definitely enhances it to, I would say it definitely enhances it to go in order. That being said, don't play Metroid 1 on NES. Play Metroid Zero Mission on GBA. It's a remake of the first game, and it is, like... I don't want to say it's... I don't want to, you know, I hate saying, oh, the remake is better, but...
It kinda is in this regard, like in every conceivable way, because the NES Metroid was the first of its kind, and it really shows.
Like, I hate saying it because I come off as pretentious, but, like, this is, like, the one time where I can, like, definitively, like, say, yeah. What's the consensus on the Metroid 2 remake? I'm a holy shit 2 cakes kind of guy between AM2R and Samus Returns. They go for different things, but I like them both. You could play either one of those, and I think you get a good Metroid 2 experience that's better than the one on Game Boy. Hey. Another Metroid 2 remake, the one that's fan-made that you can't really find anywhere nowadays because, like, they were being because, like, Nintendo was being an asshole about it. That one's really good if you want, like, a faithful one that has some flourishes. Samus Returns is good if you, like, want to, like, get it well-adjusted for Dread because it's a very similarly made game in a lot of ways. Because it was made by the same team. Both were made by Mercury's team. But, you know. And then you got, what else is it? Yeah. Then the other ones don't have remakes, but they don't really need them. Even if I don't gel with Super Metroid, it's very clear that it is, like, a game that holds up, like, mostly pretty well. So, you know, you can probably hop into that one, no problem. And Metroid Fusion is just, mwah. That's that GBA goodness. It's a bit more linear than the others, but, like, it's still good. Yeah, Dread has the counter thing that Samus Returns has, and it, like, expands on it a little bit. Don't show me a photo of those two slugs. They look like the gay slug from the Star Wars movies I don't watch. The Star Wars movies I don't watch. I don't watch any of them! I only watched episode 7 because I was dragged to it by my family, and that was it. I was like, okay, cool. I never really got back to it. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, Metroid cool. Metroid cool. Ah, damn. That sucks. Sorry to hear that, Ollie. Anyway, come into my secret world, boy. Where's Funky on this? Oh, because we did original mode. You know, I could fuck up going just a little longer. I could do some of my... I could do, like, the cheese level and then the secret levels, you know, as Funky, just to, like, do them. Because I'm certainly not doing them on the November run. I could stick around for, like, 20, 30 minutes more. Why not? Wonder where Prime 4 is going to sit in the timeline. I mean, probably after Prime 3. Sorry. Sorry. That was mean. But, you know, I imagine all the primes are just like in a straight line between Metroid 1 and 2, as they've established. But, like, who knows? Because, like, I'm pretty sure in the preview stuff for Prime 4, they showed off Metroids, or maybe those are, like, the fake Metroids that were engineered, so I don't know. Also, shoutouts to Funky Kong having the FK initial in his loading screen, so it just looks like it's saying fuck. Love that for him. Fucking love cheese, Gromit. I've never seen this one. Yeah, I never do it is the thing, because it's not, like, on the fastest... It's not on the fastest route, so I never really go out of my way, but it's a great level. Like, I love the way they use the spotlights and the way the cheese just, like, crumbles, and, like, you use it in, like, a similar way to, like, that egg in that one level in Returns. It's fun. Yeah, baby. Woo! I don't know why the cheese accelerates and takes a big jump here, though. A lot of things are contextualized in this game. I don't think there was enough momentum for that, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, like, it makes the most sense to me for, like, the Prime game to sort of, like, all be grouped together, timeline-wise. Man, can they just drop the date for Prime 4 already? Like, so I can, like, figure out how I'm going to space out the Prime 2 and 3 streams. I just need that figured out. I kind of feel like it is not building off the back of Dread because, you know, the suit looks like the ones before Dread and before the one from Dread and Fusion. Anyway, let me do these secret levels. I never show these off. I never show off these levels. Speaking of suits, I do want to see more of the red suit that they showed at the end of that trailer for Prime 4. Looked pretty slick. Even if girl kind of looked like she was wearing a car. It was a sick car, so I don't really mind. I'm just glad the Switch era gave Metroid another, like, chance, you know, because, like, like, playing through the games before Dread was announced was just like, yeah, I think this is probably my favorite Nintendo series now. And then, like, after playing through all the games and then Dread got announced was maybe the most vindicating shit I've ever had happen to me in my life. Nothing has ever replicated that high. That was the start. That was the start of the bit of me summoning things. You know, where I play a game and then suddenly a new thing for that series is announced. It all started there. think. Fuck! Ugh. Ooh. Sorry, I blanked out trying to remember some of my other feats of the games that I have brought into existence, but I'm kind of blanking right now. I unfortunately cannot take credit for Famicom Detective Club. But hey, that EMEO announcement did get me to play all of those games in quick succession, and, you know, that's another favorite Nintendo franchise for me now, so, you know. You can take credit for Stray Children. Yeah, that one's fucking crazy. I played Tulip, and then they were like, here's a new game by the guys who made Tulip and Moon RPG, and I'm like, that was the one I was thinking of, but I was trying to think of something else. Because I know there have been more. Ugh. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Yeah. Luckily, me playing Ghost Trick did not announce some kind of sequel, because I think that game is best as a one-off. However, that being said, you know, I guess I brought it, you know, I guess the remaster happened a couple years after, so, eh. Give some and take some. Can you play Loco Roco? I'll see. I am interested in it after seeing the Astrobot stage, so maybe I will at some point. Plus, PSP emulation works now for me, so I could definitely get it sorted. Was Great Ace... No, that was like a bit too long after I played Spirited Justice, so it has to be like within 3 months of me playing the thing, or I don't really account for it. That's how the bit works. Could you give Xenosaga a go? I don't know. That's scary. I'm a bit busy at the moment. A lot of stuff happening between July and August. What am I doing? What am I doing? Ah! God, yeah, I am so out of practice with these stages. 5 minutes, that's all you need. That is true, because I did not finish Gnosia on stream, but then the Gnosia anime got announced, and it was like, huh? That's another one. That's a new one. Yeah, exactly. It's good that I can't do Xenosaga right now, because, like, we just got a Xenoblade thing this year. Yeah, they announced that anime, and we finally laid it to rest how they pronounce Gnosia. It's Gnosia, as I thought. Oh God! The recent announcement of the 4 remake. Yeah, no, like the that teaser they slapped together in an afternoon. Yeah, it's probably some time until that comes out. So you can't hook me into Persona. You can't. You gotta give it some time, I fear. You cannot trap me in a device of your own making. Persona 4 remake is fucking crazy stuff. Like, you cannot convince me that, that teaser wasn't made, like, in, like, 3 days maximum after all the voice actors were just like, yeah, I wasn't brought back for this. That has to be what happened. There's no other fucking way that you can spin that. Out comes Neg. I mean, I feel like I'm not a Persona guy, but I feel like people just really want Persona 6 at this point, you know? Boink. Persona 4 is in fact on all modern consoles for 20 bones. That's pretty good. That's a good deal. That's a good amount of bones. Did 3 need a remake? I've heard yes and no. I'm not the authority on that though, so don't take my word for it. I'm trying to insert myself into the conversation because you know it's my stream, but you know I don't actually know. Anyway, I don't really have interest in Metaphor. I mean, I don't have interest in Persona, but Metaphor has my interest. I'll probably check that out at some point. Maybe I'll even stream it. Maybe it'll be the first Atlas game I stream. How about that? What if? Wouldn't that be crazy? Why am I being so like sassy right now? Sorry, I don't know where this attitude's coming from. Ow. I deserve that. Anyway, yeah, I'm blanking on other stuff I summoned, sorry. I don't know. I got nothing. Trying to pivot, but I can't. Because I'm stupid. I'm not talking about RPGs in your stream. It's okay, I got my redemption arc on most of them. I just haven't, like... Here's the thing. I am talking a bit reductively, but I am not opposed to trying Persona at some point. It's just, like... just a little lower on the docket, you know? Like, I got other RPGs, both on my backlog and not on my backlog, that I feel like I'd rather give a go first. But, like, in, like, 5 or 10 years, maybe. Maybe I would give Persona a try, I don't know. I mean, at that point, I'd probably be way out of, like, the, Well, I mean, has the target audience ever been, like, a problem for me? Still fuck with Mario and Luigi and Kirby, like, come on. I'm sure, you know. I don't know, like, it's not even that I'm hesitant, it's not, I mean, like, I could see myself liking them, it's just I want to play other RPGs first, like, other RPGs catch my interest more, I guess. That's where I'm at with it, anyway. Like Metaphor, which is an Atlas game. So, you know, maybe after I play Metaphor, then I'll get the itch to play the Persona games. Who knows? Would I stream the Persona games? I don't know. I feel like it could go either way, depending on, you know, if you know, chat would be able to behave themselves. Yeah, no, I'm looking through the list and I'm just looking at the stuff I failed to will into existence, like Mega Man Legends and Ape Escape. I'm just like, man, I wish those got a new one. I wish Jumping Flash got a new one, but you know, Sony sucks ass. We're never getting one of those. I want to do Jumping Flash so goddamn badly. Here's the thing. Those games have aged surprisingly well for what they are, but like, they are also like so alienating to outside viewers that I can understand why, like, some people, like, don't have the tolerance for them. That's why I want a new one. I think a new Jumping Flash with, like, the modern sensibilities of both 3D platformers and FPS games, like, would be, like, incredible. Because, like, the first two games are already 7 out of 10s. Back before the, like, genres even, like, had any of their establishing features. So it's like, come on, man. I want them. I want these stupid Goober games. I want that stupid Goober game to get another entry. Well, technically it would be the 4th one, because, like, there was a Japanese exclusive entry for Jumping Flash, Robert Mon Dieu. But, you know, I didn't play that one, because there's no localization and it's a bit more story-focused, so I couldn't. But, you know, all the same. I would love a Robert Mon Dieu remake, or, you know, a 4th Jumping Flash, either or. I mean, yeah, no, Sony's just kind of eternally biting the hand. Because they said, we're going to start focusing away from online stuff and focus on building our IPs. And then they were just like, we're dropping another one of these online things. And it's like, what are we doing? What are you fucking doing? Like, yes, Nintendo also does deserve shit for not doing much with a lot of their, like, IPs, but they still try every now and then. Like, another Code got another chance. Famicom Detective Club got another chance. I know some people were kind of, like, turned off by, you know, F-Zero being a Battle Royale thing, but it's a really good F-Zero entry is the thing still. And, like, yeah, I mean, you know, there's still a bunch of those franchises they still don't do anything with, but, like, there are attempts. So I feel like, yeah, I mean, like, which is more than what Sony does. Yeah. Fucking, we got a new Rhythm Heaven! I keep forgetting about it, because, like, it's not coming out till next year, but, like, we're getting a new Rhythm Heaven! I gotta stream Fever at some point, dude. That's going to be the most joyful stream of my career when I play Fever on stream, except when Shrimp Shuffle comes up. Fuck Shrimp Shuffle. I would also stream Mega Mix, but you know, Citra emulation. Fucking, yeah, I don't know how much the new game with the Hotel Dusk Artist is like being handled by Nintendo, but that's still happening. The Arc System Works are kind of like low-key reviving Sing, one of the unsung heroes of the DS era. It's like fucking crazy out here. When do we get another Wario Land? That is the big one. Like, I feel like more than Star Fox, like, we do need, like more than Star Fox, more than, like, any of the other, like, ones, we do need a new Wario Land because, like, we've gotten Pizza Tower and Anton Blast. So, like, when's Nintendo gonna, like, you know, pick up the, hey, people want these games, and, like, you know, maybe give us another one. I would love, personally, if they got Good Feel on it again, because Wario Land Shake It. I don't know how good it is as a Wario Land game, because I've never really finished any of the other ones, but it's a damn good platformer, and its art is beautiful. And, you know, I would love them to use their... I would love Good Feel to make use of their art team on a game that I like again, you know? No disrespect to the Yoshi games. They're just not for me. I know Woolly World is good, you know? Just not for me. Same with Peach Showtime. Lacey adores that game, but I can't. It just doesn't click for me. Oh, here's the thing, Ollie. Here's the thing. I've actually got Last Window on my, like, 3DS at this point. Like, I downloaded the ROM onto my 3DS. I've just been waiting for the right time for it to hit for me. I'll probably just end up playing it on my own time, is the thing. But I'll be sure to let you know how I feel about it. I do enjoy Hotel Dust, so I will probably check it out at some point. Oy. So true. Sorry, my dog is squeaking a toy in the other room, and I don't even know if that picked up on the mic, but I just sort of mimicked the noise. The dog's been nice, by the way. The new dog, Riley. Honestly, a very well-trained little thing. He's a little scratchy, but he hasn't, like, pissed or shit in the house yet, which is, like, honestly kind of incredible. Mouse guns be used to do something cool, Star Fox. Yeah. Listen, I do, look, I'm like a low-key Star Fox fan. In that I like 64 and Star Fox Assault. Those are the two that I like. And even with Star Fox Assault, that's a big asterisk because I don't really like the land missions, but like the R-Wing combat in that game, mwah, really good. I would love a new Star Fox that is like just the same again. Like Riley, no, I'd die for him. He's a good guy. He's a good boy. Love that fucking guy. Love that dog. Look, once we get past the... Look, I mean, yeah, I do agree, though, Ollie. I think there is potential for MouseCon stuff with Star Fox. I do think once we get past the $20 tech demo that is Drag X Drive, we're going to be seeing some decently creative stuff with the MouseCons. We just gotta, you know, get past that hurdle. I'm not buying. Drag X Drive might be the most dead on arrival thing I've ever seen from Nintendo. It's kind of fucking crazy. Like, I can't even be mad at it because I'm not gonna engage with it. But it is kind of insane. That, like, it releases in a month. There is nothing to that game. That is a 4K Nintendo game that is 2 gigabytes, which really says it all. I know the Switch 2, like, grift channels are just gonna be making, like, the videos about how it's an abomination and, like, the worst thing they've ever released, because that's what they do. They've been making mountains out of every single molehill, where the issue is actually a problem or not. But it's like, I don't care. It's like, in one ear and out the other. Like, I'm sorry Nintendo Switch Sports wasn't as good as Wii Sports, but also... It's a fucking sequel to a tech, like, that was a sequel to a tech demo. I kinda got the gist there. Like, yeah, that's the thing. Drag X Drive, it's just like, it doesn't even have, like, the visual sauce that ARMS had, so it really just has nothing. In 10 years, there's gonna be a video of, like, do you remember this game? And people are gonna be like, no. I can't believe 1-2 Switch got a sequel. I can't believe they released it, because there were, like, rumblings back in the day of how, like, they didn't want to release it because it would damage Nintendo's reputation. And then they released it for 30 bucks, and then it just kind of, again, went in one ear and out the other. I don't even remember seeing a video on that being a disaster, like most budget Nintendo releases. Just kind of came and went. Which, honestly, thank God. I just can't bring myself to care, you know? I lived through the Wii U era. I paid for Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, unfortunately. These things can't hurt me anymore because I know better. I can sense it. I got like the fucking I got the fucking future vision from Xenoblade, where I'm like, I can tell when these things are a fucking grift. And when people are gonna make grift videos off it. When it's like, you should have known better. You really honestly should have known better. Like, are you really making the money back off of YouTube? For making a video shitting on that? Like, you know how bad YouTube payouts are, man? Like, yes, I do think they're worth criticizing, but it's also just a matter of, like, if you can't tell, it's your problem. Like, if you're gonna make, like, a genuine, like, if you're gonna make, like, a genuine, like, uproar video out of it, it's like, whatever, man. Oh, man, it's like, yeah. But you know what? All this to say, there has been exactly one good, like, budget Nintendo release in the Switch era. It's the Famicom Detective Club remakes. Good ass games. Maybe still a bit pricey for what they are, but they're still really good remakes. And Emio is like a story that I've rotated in my brain ever since it came out, so like, that's got my seal of approval. Anyway, yeah, it is kind of a raw deal that I think Sprixie was only ever playable in Mario Tennis Ultra Smash and then never again in anything ever. The remakes were worth it just so Emio could happen? True. Genuinely, Emio is top 20 for me, and I need desperately to make a video on it. Because I feel like a lot of people just don't understand it, I guess, is the thing. And I want to, like, shed light on it, and, like, especially, like, now that enough time has passed, like, I want to go, like, full spoiler on it. Well, like, I'll be on that shit. Eventually, I'll make the video. I don't know if it'll be an anniversary thing, or if it's gonna happen 5 years from now, but I want to make a video. Mario Tennis, how is Aces? It's a step above Ultra Smash. I like that game. I like Aces, actually. But not for 60. Not for 60. It's a good game, and its gameplay flow is really good. But it is also probably the best of the Mario Switch sports games, which is really sad. But I like it. I like it enough. I'm not gonna, like, go to bat for it being anything above a 6 or a 7, but, it's fun enough. It's fun enough. Again, not to doom post, but if Nintendo Selects were still a viable thing in this economy, like, it would be a baller Nintendo Select. But yeah, no, Emio is like, oh. I read Sakamoto's interview on that game and, like, some of the spoiler stuff after it released, and I'm like, this man has a brain the size of a truck. Other M was just an off day for him. Like, I'm genuinely convinced. Also, the other writers were also fantastic on Emio, of course. Like, they all did wonderful. But, like, Sakamoto especially, being the big director man that he is, and, like, coming back to the franchise after so long on Metroid, it's like, I think Yoshio Sakamoto might be one of my favorite auteurs in the business. Like, I'm thinking on it. Like, even with Other M being Other M, like, the other Metroid games are so consistent, and Famicom Detective Club is such like a strange little treat of the olden era. I don't think that's the right phrasing, but all the same, it's just like, he's so skilled. And if he plans to retire soon, then, like, honestly, I would love to see one more Famicom Detective Club game from him. I don't know if Emio did good enough to warrant it, but I would love to see it. Like, if he has one more story in him to tell, please, by all means. I'll buy it. I'm desperate. Yeah, Missing Air is okay, but Girl Who Stands Behind has aged remarkably well as a horror game. And as a visual novel, it's like, woof! That's all I'll say about it. But like, you know, sheesh. And the thing about MEO is that you don't need to play the remakes to hop into it, but like, it enhances it just a touch, I'd say. Yeah. I'm so glad I tried it out on a whim once MEO was like confirmed to be a Famicom Detective Club thing. Like I've matured, I'm more, you know, I'm like more mature than most people, where I didn't turn my nose at it being like the generic horror thing that everybody was hoping it would be. Instead, it was something like, you know, that we don't see a lot of in the industry, and so I was willing to give it a shot. I'm so glad I did. Woo. Yeah, no. A lot of my play will fun time. You do kind of have to meet the first two on their own level with the remakes, because they are still remakes of NES visual novels, so they are a bit cryptic here and there. But like, all the same, they're still very good. They're still very good, and like the new presentation they have, it's just fucking killer. Like they have like that 90s anime look to them, but it's still modern. It's just, it looks real good. Boink, boink, boink. Oh yeah, they are, yeah, it's literally called Famicom Detective Club, that is true. I've just been so piqued. My curiosity was so piqued by the games, and I was just in it, you know? Oof. Woo! Damn! Anyway, when you beat all the stages, you unlock hard mode and there's a big visual flourish, but since I'm on a cleared save, it doesn't really do that. Man. What a good game. Yeah, that was a great stream. I had a great time. I'm gonna be back either tomorrow or Thursday, I'm not sure. I've got a roguelike I've been meaning to check out on my backlog called Going Under. It's made by the devs of Another Crab's Treasure, so you know. Maybe come by if that interests you. But otherwise I just got replays and like Diddy Kong Racing going on this week, so you know. Bit of a chill week before Bananza. Whew. Alright, I need to go get some more water, so I'll see you all around. Goodbye.